Welcome to this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters, the podcast we chart the cinematic legacy of the classic monsters. I'm John Campbell. With me, as always, Brendan Jones.
John, I got really confused this week. This is a movie we've already done. In fact, we did it right at the beginning, like so far back.
I can't believe.
Why are we doing this again?
Yeah, I can't believe we forgot about it. No,
Were you just missing Lon Chaney, and you're like, I want to see Lon Chaney Jr. again.
Brendan, you've made the classic mistake of mistaking this movie with the Wolfman. This is the Wolfman. Because the big this is a small thing that I noticed, but it's true. The original movie was the Wolfman, 2 words.
Yes.
This is the Wolfman, 1 word.
Yeah. This is actually the home video of the Wolfman family reunion.
I like
Hello,
that.
I'm Bernie Wolfman. This is my lovely wife, Bernadette.
I was going to say, I thought this, when I first clicked it, I thought, finally a biopic about legendary comics writer Marv Wolfman.
I thought it was finally the biopic of Wolfman Jack.
No, the big difference between the 1941
Sure.
and the 2010, because yes,
that they finally brought those 2 words together.
That was the thing that was missing. Joe Johnson said, "I only did it to finally correct that mistake."
And he does.
Yeah, and then they're making, of course, as we know, and it's probably already been out for years. By the time you're hearing this, they're making another Wolfman right now, and I think the big move there has got to be you got to go hyphen, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's all have different...
basically that will be Universal's very crafty way of just like going, we've locked down all of those.
That's
IP.
right. Yeah, they're all
you can't
copyrighted
do anything
now.
that has a wolf or a man in it without paying us a little bit of money.
Too freaking bad, man. Okay, yes, this is. By the way, when I said 2010, it's a whole new decade, Brendan.
It's a whole nude decade because famously, this is the 10 years in which pretty much every movie had extensive full frontal nudity.
Oh, no. We already covered that long ago in the 80s.
Oh, that's right. We did.
This one has a single sexy naked back of Emily Blunt for one couple frames.
Yep. And I'm not complaining.
In a horny vision of the Wolfman. But yes, this is this has long been for you. The thing we've been reaching for, though, is this movie.
Because here's the thing. For one thing, underrated.
This movie's good.
Really dumped on.
I like this movie. I like this movie.
Me too. And I just sit there going like, it has its problems.
Well, but did you think this? This was the thing I was thinking. Of all the attempts to this is the best attempt to restart, right? The Universal Monsters.
Yes, with one exception. But absolutely. Okay. And I gotta say, Joe Johnson,
it's a
MVP,
handsome movie.
They bring him in like 2 days. It's exaggeration. But basically, before they're supposed to film, this is a guy that the movie did not originate with.
Right.
And yet, you look at this, and you said it. This is a beautiful movie.
Yep.
This is so gorgeous to look at.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going like, the choices, it seems, when you get into the production history, which I'm sure we'll talk about, you're like, how did something this good come out of that? Because that sounds like a fucked project.
Yep.
And it ends up being this good, then that's got to be
I don't understand the people who talk about like, oh God, that Wolfman remake. Because, dude, this is, like you said, maybe it's not perfect, but this is a pretty great remake of the launch. It's a good example of what a remake should be doing. Yes.
My main issue, and it's not Benicio del Toro's hair. That's another thing. Well, that's the second hour of this podcast.
Okay.
But the main thing for me
that didn't stand out to me, but fair. Okay.
And I actually went looking, trying to find an explanation, and no one has, or at least I wasn't able to find online, where the decision to set this in the 1880s, the 1890s, the Victorian age came from. Because, this is a great thinking of the story, but I'm like, the original story was contemporary. It was in the 40s. You could either do this one contemporary, or you could set this in the 40s, still have all the same stuff in it, but it's weird for me that somewhere along the line they said, "Oh, the thing the Wolfman was always missing is the stereotypical Victorian London background." I'm like, well, not every horror, monster guy has to be.
Oh wow, I see this. That's interesting because I really like that setting for this. I like the aesthetic. I like the gothic.
I love the
moors.
Victorian aesthetic.
I love the fog and I love.
You can have fog in the
well,
modern
but what
day.
you can't have is my favorite character in this movie, which is Hugo Weaving.
You can still have
But
a
he's not
Scotland Yard detective.
But he's not going to be this guy, and he rules in this movie.
Well, no, he rules in this movie absolutely. I think it's interesting that they are using the name of an actual detective who actually was the guy in charge.
There's the one line about he's come to this town, and it's like after he failed to catch the Ripper.
Yeah, they're mocking him for failing.
Yeah,
and that's very funny. But I love the fact that the movie ends with the implication that real life guy
became
is now
a werewolf,
carrying the werewolf curse. So I mean,
I don't know. I like all this. I mean, I a lot of the same.
I don't think it ruins anything. I just thought I wanted to see the thinking, because you're sitting there going like,
well,
why do they all have to be Victorian?
I'll tell you what the
age?
thinking. It goes back to our first seasons, which is, and I don't know if this is a piece of it, but I think at least colloquially, and pop culture wise, people think those movies are set in the Victorian age. I always did. They never felt very contemporary to me.
Well, I mean, they're old black and white movies, but
like
that.
And they're also upper crust contemporary, which still carries a lot of the dress that feels turn of the century. Like,
I kind of miss. It was for me. It just seems kind of arbitrary, and it is, I think, chasing the aesthetic. But I keep thinking, how cool would it have been if it literally was, once again, like it could be 1940s.
Sure.
And you could include mentions of the war. And I also think it misses out on being in Wales, because the original one is not London based either. And I think having the Welsh countryside and the moors and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, yeah, you could still do that and have it be 1940s.
Sure.
You could still have all the class distinctions and the, oh my God, he's visiting from America thing. And you could also have, obviously, all the and this movie includes all that, includes the stuff about the travelers, the Romani, and how they are lesser, and it's like, oh, those filthy.
That's the kind of stuff I like in this, where it's like, this movie is not obviously this movie does a lot of its own stuff, but it includes a lot that's in the DNA of the original movie, like the Romani and stuff like that, which I love.
This is a smart, maybe a little too smart for its own good, updating of the original source material. The only thing about it being too smart is I do think it's a little overpacked. I think they could have trimmed this down, because some extraneous things, I'm like, well, we probably could have had a dream sequence instead of two,
sure.
things like that. I'm like,
which is interesting, because this the theatrical cut is there's a director's cut that's much longer.
No, that's what I watched.
Oh, you watched the director's cut?
I watched the unrated cut.
Oh, then you and I watched different cuts, so maybe
this is exciting.
Yeah, because I have the just the standard one.
I don't own it, so I rented it. And
that was what
that
was there?
was the option. It was actually $1 more, but I was like, I don't believe I ever saw the director's cut.
I know. So that's interesting to me. So maybe
you didn't see the Max von Sydow opening?
No.
Okay. All right.
But that maybe then I saw the version that is a little cut down and better.
Well, I remembered the theatrical cut, and is it trimmed down and better? I actually like a lot of the stuff that was cut. So. Also, you as Gorehound, you're missing out on some stuff. I know it's pretty violent.
Well, I will say that's the
but
really
the director's cut, man. Oof.
And I'm sure that was also probably Universal came to regret that because of the box office. But the fact that they let this be an R-rated movie is pretty surprising to me.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, I'm sure that because they've never done that again. I'm sure they were like, there's a mistake.
That I felt I was being seen.
Well, because
this movie is perhaps the most balls out werewolf we ever had.
The amount of just him just whipping a head off of somebody in this movie.
And one of the greatest scenes in any Wolfman movie is, of course, the asylum thing where all the doctors are around, and he's going like,
scene of the
I'm
movie.
going to kill all of you. He's like, you kill me, because I'm going to destroy you.
Best
And they're all being snotty.
scene.
And the guy's got his back turned to him, doesn't see him changing. And
Yeah.
oh my God,
Best
that
scene
is
in the movie. Absolutely to me.
good. So good.
This is a good movie. That's the thing about this is, especially if you're just looking to put on, like you're saying, a balls to the wall. Well, actually, the thing you were talking about though, that just reminded me. I wanted to say this before. In a weird way, the time period setting, even though it's Universal, feels more Hammer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so there's a little bit of was it Curse of the Werewolf in this to me?
Yes. Well, I think that was also pretty conscious. The chasing across the rooftops thing is very Curse of the Werewolf, which I do love. And they did say that his makeup is clearly a fusion, and it is. And Rick Baker brought
by
it.
the way,
this
Academy Award winning film. They won and deservedly so. The makeup is
looks
excellent.
Amazing. And it's a combo of kind of classic Lon Chaney Jr., which Benicio del Toro was like on, it has to.
Yeah.
I love that movie, so I have to look like him. But you can clearly see some of the Oliver Reed Curse of the Werewolf
which
in
is
there
great
too.
because I don't. But it's actually about as good a werewolf makeup as I think we've seen. It's one of my favorite
Holy
designs.
crap.
It is sort of when we talk a lot about platonic ideals, it is sort of Rick Baker going, I'm going to borrow a little here, a little there, a little this, and just sort of make like my dream werewolf.
And I'll say the claws are
just amazing. And
Lord.
because I think because you have a very special effects minded director, a guy who came from that, a lot, there's a couple CG shots that don't age as well, but a lot of the
Generally
CGI
speaking.
is really well done. His hand turning into the claws is all very cool, and he knows when to use CGI, when to use practical. I mean, we're obviously huge Joe Johnston fans on this show because the next movie he makes after this is Captain America, of course.
This guy, I mean, his career,
dude gets it, man.
As you pointed out, he's primarily visual effects guy.
He's an original ILM guy, yeah.
Yeah, and doesn't have a huge filmography as far as directing. But he just put out, he's the king of underrated bangers.
Yep.
Because Rocketeer is beloved on a cult level, but didn't do as well as they wanted.
Yep.
And I love the Rocketeer.
Yep.
Captain America is seen by some people, and they're wrong, as being like, oh, it's a mid, Marvel movie. I love that movie.
That movie, I came out of that movie.
If I could marry it legally, I would.
I came out of that movie walking on air, man, with the same thing of just like, they did it, man. That is a perfect Captain America movie. It is such a, but like even his stuff in between, the thing that's kept him going as a director. He starts with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was his debut movie, huge. Then Rocketeer,
that actually was huge. Yes.
Rocketeer, whatever. But 95 Jumanji, massive, of course.
Okay, I should shut up about the underrated bangers.
But let me talk. Here's an underrated banger: October Sky. Not a special effects movie.
October Sky is good.
Very good movie. Jurassic Park 3, misstep. That's the only one of his movies I don't like.
Yeah.
I think Hidalgo's pretty good.
I liked Hidalgo.
Yeah, and once again, what I love about Johnston is, and a lot of those, Rocketeer, Hidalgo, Captain America, even this, old-timey. This dude's an old movie nerd. Hidalgo's an old-fashioned adventure movie.
What he's very good at, or seems to be his sweet spot, is doing a combination, which actually is very Spielbergian, which is, I loved that stuff when I was a kid.
Yes.
What I'm going to do is use the same language, but I'm going to jazz it up because I know what the effects can do now.
Yeah.
So he's able to marry the two, and it's like, why aren't more people responding to it? And it could just be that there is kind of to me, a feature, and to them a bug, which is that sort of nostalgic glow to it. And I love that.
Can I also just say that I love on Joe Johnston's IMDb page, there's a photo of him on the set of Star Wars in Stormtrooper armor because he just played one of the Stormtroopers, and that's fantastic. I did forget that his last movie, as of the recording of this, was unfortunately The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. If you remember, when Disney tried to turn Nutcracker into like a big budget effects thing? But
that could keep going, a whole series.
It was meant to be a new
universe.
That was a massive mistake. I think pretty universally hated. But he's currently developing a new Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
It's
That's
gonna be
being
gonna
rebooted.
be Josh Gad as the son of Rick Moranis' character, now an inventor himself. But at least at the moment, Rick Moranis attached to return to acting in that, which
Oh,
I
that
would
would be
love to see.
great.
I would love, especially if Johnson's back directing it. That would get me interested in that. So I
Oh,
hope
we've missed
that's.
you, Rick.
God, do I miss Rick Moranis? One of my absolute favorites.
Love that guy.
But let's talk about this movie, which I do think is a real, real good work by Johnson. Also, a lot of credit to one of my favorites, Andrew Kevin Walker, on this as well, who's the screenwriter. Who
That's
I
what
love.
I went looking for, something behind the scenes ish where they would have explained choices.
Yeah.
Again, these choices did not affect my enjoyment of the movie. I'm just curious as to what the thought behind them is.
But of course, I love Andrew Kevin Walker, who burst on the scene with Seven and has continued to work on, whether credited or not, from what I gather, pretty much every Fincher movie. Andrew Kevin Walker is brought in to put the Fincher polish on it. But also wrote another gothic horror movie I enjoy quite a bit, Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton, which is very hammery. Very much
very
straight up a
It
hammer. That's a straight up Hammer movie.
I wish I liked it.
I don't know why you don't like it more. It's so much fun. It's a
again,
blast.
source material.
Yeah, but who cares?
Oh, Ichabod Crane is a detective.
Yeah, but it is, isn't it? How is that not still fun though? I mean, it's still a fun movie, regardless of.
I mean, it's Tim Burton.
It's Tim Burton
being
doing
invested.
Hammer. It's Tim Burton doing Hammer, and all the Hammer people are in it. Like, it's great.
Weren't enough boobs if he was doing Hammer. I was
actually, we've talked about
unnecessary see-through 90.
That comes later for Hammer. He's doing more early Hammer there, but but he is doing the gore, certainly.
Yeah,
which
certainly.
this does too. Well, there's also David Self is the other credited screenwriter on this, who wrote stuff I like. He wrote Well, actually, he wrote a couple movies I liked, because he's also credited with the 1999 The Haunting, which is a god awful film.
Oh no, that's bad.
But he's
talk about a smear on an absolute classic.
Oh man, and I was excited for that, man. I saw that in the theater.
I was too.
I thought this is going to be great, and boy, did it stink. But he wrote. I like 13 Days, and I really like Road to Perdition a lot, which he's
Road to Perdition, great.
Yeah,
but I mean, it was all there. All you had to do was freaking adapt.
and I'm not going to take it away from, but it does seem like that guy has a couple credits. I'm going to put a lot of this on Joe Johnston, Andrew Kevin Walker, and to get to what your point was, and it'll get us into this, Benicio del Toro, real labor of love for Mr. del Toro, which I that heartened me so much that he had such a fandom for this.
Before any of this happened, was a lifelong fan of the original, and had all this Wolfman, miscellanea. He's bought the T-shirts and stuff.
He's a real nerd for not just the Universal, but specifically the Wolfman. And I remember when they announced he was going to do this, I went, "That is perfect casting."
It really is. It really is. I do wish the hair had been thought over.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Come on, you watched it. It looks like it's a weird wig.
No, I agree. It's not great, but I mean, I think it's like a lot of this stuff. I acknowledge it. I think it bothers you more than it bothers me. But I agree, it's not good.
Anything that takes me out of story, anything that is calling too much attention to itself, where I just want to enjoy it. But I have something in my periphery that I can't get past.
But the performance is
it's great.
It's fantastic. So
you didn't see the Shakespearean opening either, right?
No, that's chopped up into other pieces in the movie.
Okay,
so you see bits and pieces of it throughout the film.
The version I see basically, it only contradicts itself later, because I think they did realize during filming that they were going to have to change some of the editing. But my version is him on stage. Doing Shakespeare. He comes off the stage, and Emily Blunt comes into... Oh, actually, no, it opens with the death of the brother. Okay, it opens with the death of the brother on the moor. So we see him get torn apart. Then we have Emily Blunt going to London and saying, "Hey, in Blackmore, your brother, my fiance, is dead." And he's like, "Oh..." And he goes, "What do you want me to do about it?" He's being a real asshole. And she's like, "Just thought you want to know."
Interesting. Because
and then you see him on the train deciding he's going to go see his dad.
So here's the difference in the beginning of the theatrical cut.
Mm-hmm.
We do see the death of the brother. That is how the movie opens, because that's our opening gory scare. Awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, the movie starts with the Wolfman poem.
Yes, that's right.
And you see the guy in the woods walking around. You don't know any context. You don't know it's the brother, obviously.
Right.
And then he just gets ripped apart by the werewolf.
Yeah.
In the theatrical cut, she does not go to London. This now becomes a montage where she is writing a letter to him.
Yes.
And we see him get the letter. We don't hear him doing this, but we see him on stage. He gets the letter, and he just is on the train coming back. So
and
later
in the movie, in the director's cut, she goes, "I never should have sent you that letter." So it does contradict.
There you go. Yes, she does say that. So yes, in this she sends the letter, and then he's just back.
Well,
the movie gets going a lot faster.
Max von Sydow on the train.
You do miss Max von Sydow. The other thing I did read that I like about the director's cut is they use the old Universal logo.
Oh yeah, it's really
which
nice
the theatrical cut does not do.
It's like they basically redid it, but in the style.
That sounds cool. I love when they do stuff like that.
Yeah. Max
someday
von Sydow
we'll talk about Renfield.
Is just sitting there going like, "Where are you going? You're going back to see your family?" He's like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Oh well." He goes, "You need to cherish your family. It's all good." And he has the cane. Max von Sydow has the wolf-headed cane, and he goes, "You see this?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's nice." He goes, "A man should have something like this. It'll support him through his life." And he goes, "I had this made for me," and he mentions a French town which I can't pronounce, but it does have. I mean, this is clever screenwriting.
Yeah,
it is a town in France that has a famous werewolf legend, like. Actually in history, but he doesn't bring up anything about werewolves. He just says that this is where it was made, and he goes, "And I want you to have it." And he goes, "We just met, and this is way too nice." He goes, "Look, I'm an old man. I don't need it anymore, and you may find it and you need it." And he passes it off, and he does show him that it opens up to the sweet ass sword cane part.
Oh, it's so good.
And he's like, "Well, this is a kind gift. Thank you very much."
The theatrical cut, he just steps off the train and he leads with the cane, and the camera doesn't push in, which establishes he has it. I get why they would cut all that, right? I mean, as much as I
sure, but it's Max von Sydow.
Well, no, I know. It's always I agree. That's a thing where I'm sure it's like if we're trying to cut this down for time, though, you're like, "Oh, but it is Max von Sydow. Oh, but it is unnecessary." But I'm sure. Yeah. Come on. No, I agree. There's no. I'll put him in that camp. There is no movie that is not improved by the presence of Max von Sydow.
There you go. I just wanted you to admit
one of the best to ever do it, no question. I don't think there's anyone was going to fight us on that. So yeah. All right. So he returns to the homestead, which is a very creepy, decrepit old, Gothic.
One of the smartest, or at least one of the coolest things they did to rework the story is it's still a father-son story.
Mm-hmm.
But the original one is about, the one that loves him that has to kill him is his father, and it's actually father-son love. What's immediately apparent in this version is there is some there are issues between father and son.
Which I think they're sort of is, but it's not they're more just distant. In the
he did put him in an asylum for a year and then shipped him off to America. I mean, there are major issues between the two of them. But yeah, Dad is of course our friend, Mr. Hopkins, or Tony.
Jesus, Tony Hopkins in this movie.
He chews it up, spits it out.
That's what he's one of my favorite actors for this reason. I mean, there's so many reasons to love Anthony Hopkins. Obviously, it's not a hot take. Say he's one of the best ever.
What?
But the thing about it is, what I love is, like a lot of the great British actors, like a lot of the people we love, it's the same level of commitment. You watch him in fucking Transformers 5, and it is just this level of commitment when he's talking to a fucking CGI robot. And
I'm gonna have to take your word for it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is like that's what I love. Whether he's Zorro, whether he's the father of the Wolfman, whatever, he is in. I'm gonna watch that Peacock Rome show that he's doing. At least the first episode.
I don't even know what that is.
He's doing a show about the gladiator pits, and and he's the evil emperor guy or whatever. But I'm just like, he's gonna kill it because the guy just he doesn't know how to phone it in. Doesn't know. What's it? Magic? The goddamn a puppet movie, the horror stupid movie, but he's amazing in it.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but
it's worth it for his performance.
Yep.
That's the thing. I
agreed. And here, what he's playing is essentially he's playing it as if old man Talbot is like Alan Quatermain was like some sort of adventurer.
Ooh, by the way,
because
he would have been a great Alan Quatermain in a League of Story.
Too small.
Oh,
too
for
small.
God's sake.
He's a little dude, and he can be impressive, but come on.
We did talk about, actually, one of the things that, whether they intended it or not, really does work is the size difference is about the same here between father and son.
Yeah.
And the son went to America, lost his accent, and also gained a Mexican heritage that I...
Yeah, well, I did like this. The implication, because we do see flashbacks to his mom and his brother.
Yeah.
And it's clear that he married a Romani. Right. That she is a gypsy, which would explain why he has got the darker features and so forth. So I'm like, all right, I like that. And also it sort of, heritage-wise, even though he doesn't turn to a Wolfman because of anything doing with the Romani, that's in India. That's on one of his travels. And that's a weird sequence too, but the feral wolf child in the cave that bit him. But anyway, so
it's weird.
I like that. You see him swaggering around in this decrepit place, and he's wearing a tiger skin coat.
Oh, right off the bat, this guy's nuts.
I know.
And he's got his dog. He's like, because when Del Toro comes in, the dogs are barking at him, and immediately out of the shadows, he's like, Samson, calm. And you're like,
one thing I don't
this
understand
guy's crazy.
Is this has the classic thing of once Benicio has the curse, the dog is like growling at him because I recognize you as a werewolf. Why is it not growling at Dad? Dad's been a werewolf for like decades, and Samson's like, oh, whatever. I'm used to this werewolf. I guess.
Yeah, I guess because it's his master or something. Maybe I guess is the idea.
But but it's a great intro.
Yeah,
and we find out that I can't remember what her character name is, but Emily Blunt has basically stuck around. Just
her
out
name
of
is
grief.
Gwen.
Yeah, and she's
I have to look. Was that the woman
looking
in the
after?
Yes, she has the same name as the female lead, Evelyn Ankers.
Oh yeah.
By the way, not only of course do we have an actor capable of actually playing romantic scenes, which is a nice thing, but great expansion of the character of Gwen in this, of course, too. Actually making her part of the plot and hiring. I like a lot of the reviews of the movie, whether even the negative ones, I should say, were like, well, I mean, Del Toro's just an infinitely better actor than Lon Chaney Jr.
Oh,
which of course,
not even.
It's not. I mean, we talked about it was just Lon Chaney Jr. was perfect for this part. Del Toro is perfect for this part as well. He just also is then able to do even more because he actually knows how to fucking act.
If I had given him a note, and I would have, again, I love this movie.
Okay.
But I'm not just going to sit here and go, oh, everything's great.
No.
I might have suggested to him that he save some of the tortured persona for after he turns. Because he starts this movie, and it works as he's an actor.
I mean, they do give him a pretty dark backstory.
Yes, he's moody and kind of, So in other words, he starts tortured and gets more tortured.
Yeah.
We might have seen a little bit of levity early on, or at least like, maybe the flirting thing with even though that's his brother's fiance, maybe not flirting.
Yeah.
But in other words, I would have given it more of a hard turn into, oh my God, I've been cursed and my soul is burned in hell because I'm now a wolf.
I think
man.
some of that's on the script, maybe more than him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know where he would have found. I mean, he could have put those moments in, but it is immediately my father, whom I hate. Yep. This woman who's attractive to me, but is my brother's fiance. Immediately, the first thing he does when he gets to town is, I want to see my brother's body. And it's, of course, a nightmare of all nightmares.
Oh, my God.
The body is so fucked up.
I mean, it's not just that the wolf man tore him up. Yep. It's that, I guess, enough time has passed, and he's also pretty decayed. It's so gross. And
It
then,
is
like,
one of
you
those
really don't want to see that. He's like, I have to. And it's like, oh my God, what a
Oh,
mistake.
you know what? Yeah. You know what?
Then he
Maybe
goes
I
to the
didn't
bar,
have
gets
to.
drunk, and starts trying to pick fights with people who are like going, oh, it's those Talbots, and it's like, oh, he was probably dallying with some gypsy lady.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if they want to make you, if they want to mock you or make you seem less, they indicate that perhaps you have friends in the gypsy camp.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they do a good job. Like we talked about, I think a thing that really works here is the establishment of the like otherness of the Romani,
Yes.
which is once again, it's all pieces that are in the original movie, but they
Yeah.
just zeroed in on them more and expanded them and built them into the plot. This is probably objectively a better. It's not as iconic, but it is probably a better film. Like really, like as presented.
Oh no, it certainly is.
Yeah.
It certainly is. The original gives us screens, iconic Wolfman.
Yeah, you'll
not
never
our first.
You'll
but the
never
iconic one.
top the iconography of the original. You just
No.
can't. But
No.
this is that classic thing. Like I said, this is what the best kind of remakes do. They take and expand, and it's that next draft, basically.
Right. Yeah. You build on the stuff that works, and you cut away the stuff that doesn't, and maybe the stuff that doesn't was Lon Chaney Jr.
Well, that's another thing too. Is just as good as Lon Chaney Jr. ended up being in this part, you have an actor you can give a lot more to, and so this is a much more complex, rounded, Lawrence Talbot.
Yeah, and he's basically sticking around here to.
Oh, by the way,
he does.
Yeah, I was gonna say the guys in the bar, very hammery as well, are going.
Oh, very.
And there's something out there,
Including the local parson or whatever he is also in the bar. He's like, it's a beast. Basically, I mean, this is all classic werewolf stuff, just like American Werewolf in London. You've got the villagers in a pub, and they're all going like, maybe it's a maniac, some sort of madman, and then other people are going, no, it's a beast of the devil. So they're like going, no, it's an animal. No, it's a da-da-da-da-da-da. So these are classic scenes.
It's my dream.
I'd miss them if they weren't there.
It's my dream to someday play a guy in a movie who just goes,
oh, yeah.
no, it's the devil!
Yeah.
The guy is like, I don't care what reasoning you have. I'm telling you it's the work of the devil, damn it.
Yeah.
That
Actually,
would
this
be
movie,
amazing.
except when we have, police from London come into Blackmore.
Yeah.
Until that point, surprisingly, pretty much everyone in this modern, in quotes, town.
Yeah.
They don't have to be convinced it's something supernatural. Most of them are just like down with like, no, it's a devil wolf.
That
werewolf.
adds up. Well, because it's
it's not till someone comes from London is like going, it's a madman.
That's
what
what
you guys
Weaving
with your
does,
silver bullets, you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
And then of course when he sees it for himself, that's great too.
Yeah.
Because that's in the same scene in the asylum.
My God. When that asylum scene. And I remember that from when I saw it in the theater too. I was like, God damn, that's as good as it gets right there. But I do love when Del Toro comes back to the Talbot Manor, and they're looking through the telescope, also going back to the original movie. And this is where he's talking about the gypsies, and maybe they have the answers to what happened to my brother. And Hopkins' whole thing is like, maybe you should just fucking leave it alone, man. Like, how about
in a weird way, even though this seems to be a fated, collision between father and son, Anthony Hopkins is sending out pretty clear signals of like, well, yep, your brother's dead. Now get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it is.
So he does the whole the prodigal son returns, which he says a couple of times, but whatever. But he's like, it's a tragedy. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. His whole thing is basically just like, what do you think you're going to find? What are you going to really do, man? It's sad that he's
his
gone,
father's
but,
Man Friday Singh.
This guy's a badass.
He's so great. And then when we find out later, it's like, oh, well, Singh was in charge of strapping him down on full moon nights. And then it's like, oop, one night he didn't. And now Anthony Hopkins is basically going like, it is awesome to be a werewolf when you're just off the leash.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh, when he lets his full werewolf flag fly in this movie, man. Oh, boy. I mean, that is
like
just
going, the beast cannot be denied.
That's the kind of stuff, though, that when you're just writing or directing, you're just like, here it is on a silver platter, Sir Anthony.
Yeah.
Because my God, you just like...
Tony,
Yeah.
Please destroy this. And he's like, I got it. No
Because
problem. Hold my beer.
in
Hold my beer.
I'm so glad that Kenneth Branagh gave us the term River of Ham, because
Yes.
Hopkins has never been afraid of that river, sir.
No. Are you
Nor
kidding?
should he be.
Actually, he does guided tours of that river.
I mean, I was always amazed because, of course, he's incredible, but I find it kind of amazing the Academy actually recognized him for Hannibal Lecter, because I feel like they might have thought too hammy. Now, I do think he maybe tips the scales over when he comes back for Hannibal, and it is like, now you are a cartoon
Oh no!
character.
In Silence of the Lambs, that's a masterclass in actual broadness but restraint.
Yeah.
And then after that, after he gets rewarded, he's like going, "Oh, you want more of that?"
Well, it is also a classic, and some of that's on Thomas Harris, and of course, this is what people tuned in to hear. But like, it is a classic thing too, where it's like Hannibal was never meant to be the main character. You know what I mean? Sort of thing where you go like, yeah, he's a guy who worked in great small doses, but you can't now follow him because now it's just a cartoon.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Hannibal's not good, and I know that because I watched it somewhat recently again.
But the TV show was.
The TV show was great because, once again, though, they brilliantly built it as he's hiding in plain sight, and it's a two-hander.
Yeah, it's the Will Graham story.
Yeah, that really works. All right. Anyway, this is also where we get. Oh, so we do get. This is the first of the dream sequences, which I think you get more of than I did in the director's cut, because we get what starts, and once again, Johnston, really good visual filmmaker. The bright, all of a sudden, it's this bright, lush greens of the grounds as the kids are chasing each other around the fountain.
Yes.
And then it starts to get dark and scary as the gloom of it comes in. Really good. All the way up to him recalling the night he found his mother with her throat slit in his father's, she's in his father's arms.
Right, and she's holding a razor in this dream, and then later on we'll realize he suppressed that he actually saw his father as werewolf having killed her.
Right.
So, this part is setting up what he thinks he remembers, and it's really well done. By the way, again, I'm not overstating it. The cinematography in this is gorgeous, and Joe Johnston is bringing these images to life. I love the way he decided that the entire movie is done as vignette. The corners of the screen, very period-like, have sort of like the shadowed edges of a vignette, like an old silent movie.
Yeah.
And it's not overstated. It's just there, and if you're catching it, you're like, that is enhancing everything about period and aesthetic, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Because it's gothic as hell. I don't mind a Victorian Gothic horror film. So in other words, I'm down for it. Beautiful. I'm just like going, Wolfman himself has no ties to that time period.
I mean, come on. This is shot by Shelley Johnson, the cinematographer on this. This is the man who shot Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Youth, which he did.
Oh, you can tell. It's all over.
There's a lot of Ninja Turtles 2 in this. No, he's got an interesting career. He kind of, but he's coming from Jurassic Park 3 with Johnston. And Hidalgo.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the scale of his abilities are, but he brought it here. And
he also shot Captain America after this, so he becomes He became Johnston's guy.
Joe's dude
after Jurassic Park 3. Then he brings him a Hidalgo and this and Captain America. Totally solid.
Then he's a good dude.
Oh, now he seems to be a Liam Neeson guy, and he's shot the last couple of Liam Neeson movies too.
He has a particular set of skills.
He's a very particular set. He knows how to light me. Anyway, so this is also where we find out that, yes, sometime after this, Lawrence went crazy. That this is sort of, at least the narrative we're being told at this point is his mother committed suicide.
And he couldn't deal with it and was put in an asylum for a year by his dad.
And then, once released on that, sent away to America.
Yep.
Where he very quickly lost his accent. Which I will say, good. I don't need Del Toro trying to do a British accent.
No. I got no problem with that. I mean, and again, that has precedent in the original, so you're like, okay.
Actually, I mean, it at least it's more muted here. He's not just going, "Hi, Dad."
He's not doing that.
Yeah.
Yes. And,
anyway.
Since they've decided Lawrence Talbot was an actor, this is totally, a part of this and had nothing to do with the original. But the fact that he's an actor, he's doing sort of like an aesthete. He's
Yeah.
kind of like not too snooty, but he's like going father and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
It's like
he's
he has
eloquent.
some intelligence and class to him that
Yeah.
the big doofus from the Midwest that showed up in the original. It's like, yeah, that's not
Yes, that's the thing. Is
work.
even if he's not British, he does read as being upper crust, and then
Yeah.
continued in the arts and around people of letters and stuff like that. So he would have this vibe
Yeah,
to him.
someone with a brain.
It's almost
Therefore,
like an actor thought about what this character would be like.
right. And also, you're going to track the loss of that humanity much
Yes.
more if he starts off as being very
Yeah.
high-minded
I do-
when he becomes an animal who tears people apart.
Yeah, I do like because Emily Blunt is leaving now after the funeral and stuff like that, and
She's leaving home. Bye-bye.
she's leaving, and so yeah, when she's getting in the carriage to leave, this is where Anthony Hopkins is like, so I guess you'll be taking off too, right? Lawrence is like, oh no, I've got so much to look into.
Here's your hat. What's your hurry? It's totally that.
I was like, no, man, I still need all kinds of answers. And then he does leave with this ominous, like, okay, well, if you have to, you have to. But also, he's like, oh, also, just real quick, don't go out after nightfall. It's a full moon tonight. It's just a bad idea. It's just a bad idea.
Well, he basically is backing the popular theory. He's like going, tonight's a full moon. You probably shouldn't go out because that's when a lunatic is really an unpredictable lunatic.
Yeah.
And he's basically leaning on it. It's a crazy dude out there.
Listen, the movie, I don't think you're really meant to not know he's a werewolf. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
I'm not sure how
I think
much
they meant for you to not really know until that one scene where his eyes glint
which
in the dark.
is cool as hell.
It's cool as hell.
But I remember sitting in the theater going, is Anthony Hopkins a werewolf in this?
Yeah. Oh, does he get the curse from his dad?
Which actually, once again, I think is a better, more interesting choice than it just being the random Romani guy that was Bela Lugosi.
I like it, and I also like the
It's more
explanation.
dramatically
I mean,
interesting,
again, they
yeah.
thought all this out.
Yeah.
The explanation of, well, if he's been the werewolf for decades, why is it just now that the village is losing their shit over people getting killed? And you're like, well, no, it's not till recently that he's off the.
Yeah.
He's going out.
Well, because
and
he does not.
It's poor Sting's fault.
Yeah, and Del Toro does not heed his father's advice because he that night takes off and goes to the gypsy camp for his answers.
He sure does. He needs answers.
And who does he find at
Maleva?
the gypsy? Yeah, great choice here.
I love it. Geraldine Chaplin, who you're like, oh, I can't buy her as Romani. They've muddied up her teeth, and they have, they put her in the stuff, and she's doing the accent, and it's just like it's all she doesn't do the poem. I mean, she does it at the very beginning of the movie, but it is a whole thing of like, there's a curse, and only the one who loves him can kill him, and that's all good stuff.
That's good stuff. It's all because yes, whether or not she reads as Romani. I mean, and I'm sure maybe other people would be offended by this, fine. But whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, they cast a really good actress who has a lot of gravitas on screen.
Yes.
Which is always,
Yes.
I say, if nothing
And I
else,
love when,
I will accept that.
Emily Blunt tracks her down later, because even though their exchange is really short, it's a good one.
It's good stuff. Yeah, she really makes...
It's like, would you damn him to hell or would you free him? And do you know what that means to free him? And she's like, I get it. Yeah.
Something I just realized, of course, we didn't talk about, or we haven't, but is continues to this whole movie, so I'll talk about it now, is the Danny Elfman score. We love Danny Elfman on this podcast, of course.
Yes, we do.
And did you see the weird story with this?
Yes. That they decided that the score he came up with was too gothy and too dark.
Which is
so
weird.
they hired... I know. So they hired some other guy who did something kind of modern and synthy, and then they're like, oh crap, that's a disaster. I think after a test screening.
Yeah, and then they just go back to the Elfman score.
They just slap the Elfman score back on, and it's a good one. It doesn't stand out all that much, but it is
really works
solidly
for
in the, universal horror.
And that's the key, right? Is you go like, wait a minute, it's too dark and gothy. Well, what movie did you watch?
Yes.
You made a dark gothy movie. I don't know what you're talking about. So of course they, and I just love that it's just like, if I could just put the Elfman score back in. Jesus, maybe we're wrong.
We already paid for it.
This movie does feel like you're talking about the troubled production of it and stuff like that, which we should talk about a little bit as well. Is this went through a number of directors, including one who got very close to go. What was his name? It was.
You'll have to look it up.
I had it here, of course, but then I looked up the Danny Elfman thing.
You can edit this part
Mark
out.
Romanek was supposed to be doing, who was coming off of 1 Hour Photo, the Robin Williams movie.
I liked that one.
It's a good movie. But yeah, and I think he had some heat on him from that because that was like an indie that took off. Another music video guy too. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know for what reason that exactly fell apart. Was there any specific thing? Not that I saw. Classic creative differences, I think.
Probably the classic thing. I think there was a lot of studio interference with this.
That's what I'm saying. That's like I think the Elfman's. There was what I'm saying is the trouble production on this seems like this is a studio that didn't quite know what they wanted this movie to be, which unfortunately also ends up being the case for a lot of these attempts to do Universal Monster movies again. They cannot figure out what the hell they want these to be. They know they want to do something with it. Romanek's original vision was to. His quote was, he said he was trying to infuse a balance of cinema in a popcorn movie scenario, stating,
I read
when there's
that.
a certain amount of money involved, these things make studios and producers a little too nervous. They don't necessarily understand it, or they feel that the balance will swing too far to something esoteric, and we could never come to an agreement on the right balance for that type of thing. Ultimately, it made more sense for them to find a director that was going to fulfill their idea of the film that they wanted, and we just sort of parted ways. Can I say that we dodged a bullet that their first choice to take over was Brett Ratner?
Yeah.
That was who Universal wanted.
Frank Darabont, James Mangold, and then Joe Johnston.
Now, I think Darabont or Mangold would have also done this really well. Those are guys who really understand genre. Darabont's a huge horror nerd.
I think, again,
well,
they got the right guy.
They were also interested in Bill Condon and Martin. I mean, it seems like they were just interested in all the guys. It's like these were all just guys who made genre stuff at this time.
Right.
I don't think Martin. We know I love Martin Campbell, but when that guy's not interested, you get Green Lantern. When that guy's on, you get Mask of Zorro. Because that guy is like, I fucking love Zorro. But Green Lantern's like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm here.
There were some good ideas and some good casting and some good visual concepts and a junk of a movie. Just a piece of junk.
Yeah.
Which I own.
I do not.
I have the extended director's cut.
I have seen the extended director's cut. Does not improve it much.
It is slightly better, but just slightly.
Yeah, it's kind of in the camp of
it's like the extended director's cut of Daredevil.
Thank you. That was literally what I was just about to say. It's a little better. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess some of the stuff gets filled in, but I still don't like it. Anyway, but yes, it does seem like this is a movie where there was a lot of back and forth about what the vision was here. Right. Which is interesting, though, because I don't really feel that watching the movie. It feels pretty cohesive.
That's why I say this is a small miracle that with that back and forth and that confused launch, that you have someone as solid as Joe Johnston come and go, I'm going to make this feel like this was always the concept.
Yeah.
And it doesn't show those seams. I mean, again, it's not perfect, but you sit there, you never feel like, what am I watching? I think the tone is consistent all the way through, and that is.
Well, I think thank God they kept the Elfman score, because I think that certainly would have hurt had that been changed to whatever they were trying to do. I can't imagine.
I'm kind of curious as to what that sounded like.
I would love to hear some samples of it if that was out there somewhere. Yeah. It sounds like that's more the direction they're going in for this new movie with a more modern setting.
Well, I applaud them putting it in a more modern setting.
Well, that's the new technique, right?
And then at the end of it, Russell Crowe will show up as Dr. Jekyll going, putting a team together.
Well, we'll talk about all of this because we have like 3 more attempts to restart the Universal Monsters franchise.
The Dark Universe.
But we do have a group of guys, of course, while he's talking to Maliva. We also have it's a Universal Monster movie, and I love it when you got a bunch of guys with torches going through the woods going, we gotta kill the beast.
Yeah, basically they don't have a suspect in mind, though pretty quickly they'll be like something's going on over at the Talbot, place. But mostly they're just going out on moonlit nights into the forest like going, we're going to find the beast that's doing this and we'll take it down. All right, well good luck guys. Good luck.
And because they end up at the gypsy camp and they have a bear in a cage and they go like, yeah, that's it. It's
Right,
the
there
bear.
had been mention at the pub that someone had said, I bet it's that dancing bear that the gypsies have.
That must
and
be
like,
it, yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, that's probably it. And they're like, one of them goes, no, that thing's a mangy, there's no way it could be it.
Yeah.
I will say the bear effect is terrible. And then you do see in the notes in IMDb that they just reused the
Golden
CG
Compass,
bear from
yeah.
the Golden Compass and
Yeah.
turned him into a grizzly.
Yeah.
Took him from a polar bear to a grizzly.
Yeah.
By the way, you can tell, and that's me being a nerd because I used to love reading about bears. Their facial features are different.
Yeah.
They just painted a polar bear, a CGI polar bear, brown and said grizzly. That's not a grizzly. But anyway, it's also just bad animation. So you're like,
It feels slapdash. It feels like,
Yeah,
we
it
got to get a
feels
bear
really
in here and
slapdash.
we don't have time. So didn't we make another movie with bears and throw it in there?
But then something
love
that
the-
isn't the bear attacks the camp.
I will just say one note about the bear. I love
yeah.
the Romani guy going, he's a nice bear.
He does. He does. He tells us
No.
that it's a nice bear and we don't need to fear it.
Yeah, I did like that. Anyway, yes. And then out of the woods comes a giant fucking werewolf.
Yep.
And
Tearing through him.
The
Tearing
shot,
through him.
just the shot where I love anything where like it's a slash and the guy turns and his guts are coming out.
I love that.
The-
and I
the
love anytime
claw
someone's
going
head
up
is
through
literally swatted off.
Oh, that's good. Well, because the strength of this thing,
That's
too.
good
Not
eating.
only the viciousness of it, but the strength it has. The big
Yes.
shot I remember from the trailer that is also great in here is it coming through the canvas of the tent and grabbing the guy.
Yes.
That's all. Oh, it's good stuff.
About 2 or 3 times in the movie, not overdone,
Mm-hmm.
but at least, and it's strictly Benicio's werewolf. But the couple times where it's the POV shot
Yeah.
of him bounding, but his face is right here, it worked. I think
really
Joe
did.
Johnson was like going, if any of these effect shots are going to be done well, make sure these are.
Yeah.
And those are sweet. Where you're
Absolutely.
looking right at the Wolfman's face as he is bounding, and I'm like, oh god.
It's so
damn.
interesting. In Ebert's review, he was like, "There's a good movie in here, but it's ruined by all this terrible CGI." And I
There
don't.
is some bad CGI.
There is some bad CGI, but I don't think it's omnipresent or overwhelmingly damaging to the movie. It's here and there.
It's balanced out by the fact that you have awesome like practical makeup for most of it.
That's the thing that I was so thrilled by when this came out, that they did make up for the main werewolves.
And he looks awesome.
Looks awesome. It is one of my
And
favorites.
then we get a werewolf on werewolf fight.
Oh boy. And I once again, being me, I was sitting in the theater going, third act better be werewolf fight. You're building to this. I want
Yep.
it so bad.
Yep.
And they delivered, man. So I was very happy. By the way, apparently there was a Mezco toy release of this. Where do I get my Benicio del Toro Wolfman figure, folks?
There was one?
According to this, yeah, Mezco produced a 7-inch and a 12-inch figure of the Wolfman from this.
Holy mackerel.
I'm now heading to eBay. We'll keep talking, but just know that for the next couple minutes, folks, I'll be looking at eBay postings of.
Yes. At
Benicio
least
del
you're
Toro.
admitting it right there on mic, so
Oh, yeah.
everyone will know.
If I'm like, huh, what? Sorry, I was.
But
looking
then
at
again, this
Wolfman
is just
figures.
like Matt and Matt going like, no, keep talking. I'm gonna look up and see if I can get the
there he
shoes
is.
that Connery
Oh,
wore.
he's nice. Oh, it's nice. He's got the vest and shirt, but the shirt's soaked in blood, and he's got blood on his
Okay.
teeth.
All
Oh,
right.
it's nice. Well, Mezco,
right.
they make good figures.
Hang on one sec.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm
That's
going there
nice.
myself.
I'm looking at the 12-inch. There's also a 7-inch.
Dude, it's not about the size. Oh, those are really nice.
Oh, it's nice. Oh, that is nicely produced. Well, Mezco,
and
they're
there's,
good.
There's a chase one that's drenched in blood.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to end up buying that probably. Because once again, the design is awesome.
One of us has to, and it should be you.
Well, I'll put them with I've got the Universal Monsters shelf of figures. And
Yep.
you've got a few yourself, though. So, I mean, you know.
Yes, I do, and more on the way.
We do get a save the cat moment where Talbot does grab a girl out of the way of the
Yes.
pouncing werewolf. I also do
And the
love...
whole reason he gets attacked is that what I don't understand is there's a stereotypical, like, there's a Romani boy, like a kid, who gets startled, obviously during the attack, but he's startled and runs away from clearly human Benicio del Toro, who's trying to protect him.
Yeah.
And he runs off into the woods, and Benicio del Toro, being a good guy, is like, no, come back. It's like, you don't go out there, and he's trying to protect him. And of course, that's what will put him in harm's way, and there will be a Wolfman slobbering on him and chewing on his neck.
It's pretty great.
It is great.
But I do like, because that is always the tragedy of the Lawrence Talbot. Lawrence Talbot's a good guy.
He's a good dude. Didn't ask for this.
No, that's always... And of course, later when you get into them, oh man, I wish this had done
Technically,
well.
his dad didn't ask for it either, but he was.
But his dad leaned in,
poking around places he shouldn't.
And
have
his
been.
dad leans in. His dad likes.
His dad leans in.
Yeah, his dad is like, no, I'm cool with this. Whereas it's always like, this is a fucking curse and a nightmare for Del Toro.
Yeah. Well, I like. I mean, because it's well written, and again, Sir Tony delivers. But later on, when he is basically like a guy who denied himself because he knew it was dangerous.
He got a taste,
and he knew he killed his wife.
Yeah.
But then
Daddy,
it's like late in life. It's like, oh, wait a minute. If I'm not chained up, I like running around the forest and eating people.
By the way, I didn't do the taglines for this. We didn't. I can quickly say the poster's not good because it's very mid 2000s, early 2010s.
Blue lighting, silhouette,
big heads, big heads,
big head, yeah,
big heads. It's mostly the big heads of the stars, and then just the silhouette of the Wolfman standing and you're like, eh. But
that's not the original poster. No, that's a later thing.
The big heads.
The original poster is the one that is the side lit view of his face, the Wolfman's face.
Oh, I was gonna say there's also the one of Emily Blunt standing in front of the tree. We are going into a lot of the a lot of movies we're gonna be talking about now. The big releases. There's gonna be like 5 posters, of course.
Yeah, it's very true.
Because the marketing campaign.
The one I'm familiar with is the one.
The side view of his face.
Even yeah.
Let's see here. There's another one that really pitches it as a romantic movie, which is just it looks like a Twilight poster. But
I do agree with some of the critics who are like going, I don't think they. I mean, it's there in the plot, but it's not as.
I see what you're talking about. It's where it's just the light on the one side of his face. He's looking kind of straight on, but the light is lighting.
That
up
was
one
the
part
theatrical release poster.
Yeah,
I think
I do remember
later
seeing that
on
poster.
It got the look at all the stars poster.
Yeah,
and that is an ugly one.
That is hideous. But I do want to say I do kind of like the taglines.
Did it?
Which because this made me think of that. Fear what is within.
Yep. Okay.
That's not bad. And then when the moon is full, the legend comes to life.
Sure.
Yeah, I like those.
Those are all right.
That's not bad. All right. Good stuff, marketing department.
You know what? Go home early today.
I
always bring it up. I'm always fascinated with, like, these are people's jobs, is to sit in an office and come up with things that are, they're never so mind-blowingly good. They're always just sort of something solid that any of us, given an afternoon, could have come up with.
I do think the best advertising is often simple, right? And that can be sometimes deceptively hard to hit upon. I do think a lot of it is just let's sit the time. Right.
I'm really glad they didn't go with the one which was, see that wolf? He's actually a man.
What?
That was the worst one. I'm glad they didn't go with it.
Something I was thinking about with this movie, because this movie did not do well. Well, it didn't. We should talk about this. Is a $150 million movie. It made $139 million worldwide. Yeah. So not quite. But I think this is another thing where, and this is kind of if you've heard our Pulp Heroes season of IP Squad, I think this is a similar thing, and I think they've run into this again and again. I don't think the audience is there. I don't think the audience is there for blockbuster Universal monster movies.
I actually think that, and this isn't me going like, if they had set it in the 40s, but I actually think the Victorian setting makes it.
I don't know.
Even though it's a gorgeous aesthetic,
I don't know.
It may make it seem to everyone like, yeah, I've already seen that.
Because it does seem like the new trajectory they're going in is the Blumhouse with the Invisible Man, where it's like, let's spend $10 million on this, and
Yeah.
really small scale it, and then
Well,
when
I
it
mean, I
makes
think
80,
you can. I think
that's
if there's
massive.
something like a Wolfman or
'Cause they go-
Frankenstein's monster that requires effects, you better spend the money there. Or what was even the point?
It's an
But-
interesting thing, right?
Yeah.
But I do just think, I think there is. Let me say, I think there's a cap on this. I don't know, because we of course will see them go even more blockbustery on two movies that are also bad, which doesn't help for their next restarts. But I do think, I don't know. I just think, yes, I think the old timiness of it in general, is, whether it had been Victorian or even if it had been set in the 40s. That also might have felt dated to people.
I'm telling you, you put it in the 40s, but you include the war. That's something the original didn't do. That would be very interesting.
Because people are like, that would definitely pack them in. That would have been interesting. I don't know if that would have packed them into the theaters.
I'm just saying, Wolfman loose in World War II.
Well, I mean, that could be very cool. I still want to remake Invisible Agent because of that.
I know.
That's because what a great idea!
Agent.
It's
Such
a great
good concept.
It's a great concept that movie does not deliver on at all.
No, it really doesn't.
Okay, so anyway, bunch of people get ripped to pieces by this werewolf.
Man, do they get ripped to pieces, including our hero.
Yeah.
Well, not ripped to pieces. He gets chewed on.
I do love the Romani just bringing him back to the Talbot Manor in their cart and be like, yeah. Your son got mauled to shit out in our camp last night.
Yeah.
Here you go.
And here's something I very much respect about this movie is that they're not ignoring actual time. They are moving forward, and Joe Johnston keeps doing these nice shots where you see the trajectory of the moon across the sky and it going from new moon and waxing and waning, because they're acknowledging that weeks are passing instead of it being 1 week with 18 full moons in it. I like that because he's recovering for quite a while.
Yeah. This is all very classic werewolf, though, where he is healing faster than they would expect. Though.
Right.
Because they're like, well, you shouldn't be able to use your
And
arm
Emily
at all.
Blunt, this is where the kind of relationship that they have is kind of beginning, because she can't leave and go back to London with him being that injured. She sticks around.
Yeah.
So that's.
I'm looking at I have a list here of the differences between the director's cuts. There is more of her blaming herself in the director's cut.
Well, I mean, there was a little bit of that in there. I don't remember it being such a huge thing.
Well, I don't think there's any of it.
I see.
I think there's so I think she takes, there's more guilt for her.
I mean, she literally, when they're doing the it's always painful to see how they go, how are we going to show the beginning of a relationship? I know, they'll be skipping rocks.
Oh yeah.
But it's in that scene where that's why she brings up the letter. She basically says, if I hadn't called you...
They do mention that anachronism or goof, as they say.
That goof,
Yeah, is that.
Because, that's not in the director's cut.
Because obviously
she literally goes to the,
which says to me that they either reshot or decided sometime during production to change that.
Yeah, I think it was probably during production.
Yeah.
But so that's the whole thing. It's like, if I hadn't done this, you never would have come back here and then suffered at the jaws of a werewolf.
Because looking at the differences, most of it is just some of the scenes are slightly extended. The big difference is the thing with him in the theater.
Yeah,
that's and the Von Sydow. Those are the only two scenes that are different.
Yeah,
everything else is that chase is a little longer.
Yeah, and there's more gore.
Yeah, there's a kill that they take out later when he's in the streets. Apparently, there was something where you saw this. He crashed into a puppet theater and killed the puppeteer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not in the...
You're acting like that's a weird thing. Isn't that what you do when you travel?
Yeah, I killed...
Find a puppet theater and kill people.
Well, but you know me, I'm a rampant anti-puppet person.
Yeah.
Crusader against puppetry.
They called me the Punch and Judy Killer. That was what my name was. There's podcasts about it.
All across London, the puppeteers have been murdered.
Do you have the guts to go out and do a Punch and Judy show? You're going to do a pantomime with that monster out there killing.
I do like when what's the guy, Singh, the assistant guy, when he just has a box full of silver bullets. That's pretty fucking rad.
There's because Lawrence knew him as a kid because he's been his dad's.
By the way, Art Malik
pal
is the
forever.
guy. Art Malik is the guy who plays Sing.
Let's go with that.
Well, he's a good actor. He's the bad guy in True Lies.
Yes.
He's
also great here.
Yeah,
and that's
he's always
but
good.
it is a
I'm saying
scene where they're just
good
like,
character
oh,
actor.
you're up. Is his insomnia? Yeah, and they just sit down and talk about stuff. But he's like pulling out the silver bullets, and he's
he doesn't say your father's a werewolf, but he's like, oh, I know of these curses. I know.
He says, Howling 2, your father's a werewolf.
Yeah,
and then weirdly he rips his shirt open.
and then he goes howling.
Yeah, and then we see it 17 more times in the credits with him ripping his shirt open.
Yeah. But okay, well, so people are dead in town. Somebody's got to answer for this. So we send in Hugo Weaving, who rules in this movie.
I mean, but again, it's that thing we say all the time. It's Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, he's just the
rule?
Fucking best, man.
And here he's I mean, he looks amazing.
He
fits
looks
the period.
incredible.
He's
That's
got
I think
the
what I'm
mustache.
that's more what I'm talking about when you couldn't get Hugo Weaving is I just love this design of Hugo Weaving as turn of the century
and
inspector.
they did change the first name. The real guy's name was Frederick. Here
he's Francis.
Francis or Frank or something.
Did you see though?
Aberline.
Did you see in that interview who almost played this part?
No.
Matt Berry was considered for this.
Oh, you're kidding.
And I love Matt Berry. I don't know. It would have been. I've never seen him do anything this serious.
No, that would have been interesting.
If he had just been like, "There's a werewolf in this town."
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna
I
get
can't
you,
even imagine.
Wolfman. That's right. When they say considered, I think audition for is probably more accurate. But still, that would have just been. It's just,
yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
That's what I mean. Is just I'm trying. I don't think I've ever seen.
By the way, I am watching Toast of Tinseltown,
and
right
it's
now.
the
Finally
best.
got around
It's
to it.
so loopy and insane.
Oh my god!
Everything about it is. I mean, the man is a treasure, a pure comedic genius.
Yep.
But I don't think I've ever seen him play a legitimate dramatic role.
He's fairly dramatic in Fallout.
Yes, that's close, but that's still so heightened, and you know what I mean.
Course.
And you still get him as the robot talking about, I'm going to take you out.
Because he's an actor in the Fallout world,
Right.
so he's still doing a guy who's very theatrical.
Yeah, I just can't imagine him, particularly in something like this. But anyway, I just thought that was funny because we're such big Matt Berry fans.
Yeah, love that man.
But God, Hugo, and then of course he pulls Hugo Weaving into being the Red Skull, Joe Johnston, which is an amazing choice. Although apparently Hugo Weaving fucking hated it.
I wish that weren't the case because he was so good.
It's also one of those things where he brings it up so much, and I'm like, I get it. Don't come back. It's fine. Jesus.
Yeah,
like you can just say I didn't want to do it. You don't have to be like, I would never,
again.
Not in a million years, ever. It's just like, okay, man, Jesus, I get it.
What did they do to you?
Yeah, what happened, man? I mean, I'm sure that makeup was uncomfortable.
Do you hate Chris Evans
But
that
good
much?
God! But once again, even for hating it, one a pro, guy's incredible.
He's incredible, and
A perfect
my
Red
only,
Skull.
Regret is that there was only one Red Skull fight ever in World War II because he gets sucked into another dimension immediately. At the end of it.
I mean,
and in the comics, he's fighting the Red Skull every couple of weeks.
yeah, but I mean, also pretty quickly after that,
It's
Cap
like
goes on the
killing
ice.
the Joker at the end of Batman.
Well, it's not
like
like
you're going,
that
"What?"
though. I mean, because
Don't do that.
it's not like that. Because Cap, but
exactly
Cap
that.
goes on the ice right after that anyway. So
Yeah.
what was he going to do?
Yeah, they
How was he gonna
truncated
fight?
all of Cap's adventures way too much. Sorry, we
Because
got
it's a
into
2-hour
comic
movie.
book
It has to be
movie.
a 3-act narrative.
All right.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Anyway, he shows up and he just owns this town immediately.
He does, but he's also like, I know better than everybody,
Yep.
and that's why it's always
what I
great
mean.
to see those people get shown
He
up.
just comes in like he owns the place.
He's like, oh, I guess you think it's vampires or werewolves. Uh-huh. Great.
By the way,
idiot.
I did immediately watching this the other day. I went, why didn't we get a BBC series of not necessarily even this character, but just give me like turn of the century Detective Hugo Weaving? I'd watch 5 seasons of that. Are you kidding me?
I would too.
Just him
Yep.
stalking around London, hunting
Hell, man, if they
madmen.
did an actual historically accurate Jack the Ripper series
he'd
and
be
had
great.
him be one of the detectives, that'd be
He'd be
awesome.
fantastic. Once again, it's already happened. by the time you're hearing this. But as of the recording of this, he's going to be in the next season of Slow Horses, and I'm so excited.
Oh, stop!
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
he's going to be the villain in the new season of Slow Horses,
Dude,
and I'm just like him and Oldman going toe to toe.
Hey, I'm gonna take a werewolf break and go forward in time and watch that because I need to see it right now.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back.
All right.
I'm back, and it was amazing.
Of course it was. Two of the
God damn.
the greatest. Are gonna...
You don't even know. You don't even know.
No,
when
I don't.
you see it, you'll be like, "You were right."
Yeah, you called it, man. Once again,
I called it from the future.
A bold claim that Hugo Weaving's going to be great in something, and that Gary Oldman might be just as good is also. Anyway, he shows up, and he goes and talks to Talbot, who's telling him all this stuff, and he's like, "Well, you were in a mental institution, so this is probably a another psychotic snap for this guy." And this
I'd buy that more if you weren't a crazy nut job, man.
But I do like, it's like, yeah, but what happened with that Ripper case? Like, damn,
he gets in the dig.
Damn it, you were in a mental institution. Well, you never caught Jack the Ripper. Shit, he's got me. Yeah, I like that background. I like the idea that this is a guy who's got something to prove. So that also maybe explains some of the attitude a little bit more as well, where it's just like, I'm going to come in, catch this quick because I kind of botched maybe, the we don't really know, but he certainly blames himself on some level for not catching it. This is where we get the skipping rock scene then, which is cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you have to do. Mm-hmm. It's basically like Titanic. I will teach you how to spit off the side of the... Oh, but I'm too much of a lady to spit. And somehow a love is formed.
Yeah, because you need some kind of action to it, right? Like, it can't just be the two of them standing there talking.
Well, you could do a montage of...
That's the other way to go.
Them looking at each other across the breakfast table, that kind of thing. Like, I like that person. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Yeah. It's good though. They're good actors. They're doing a good job.
Yeah. I got no problem with this. Is very new, not new, but this is very fresh. Emily Blunt. Yeah, she's not at the peak yet.
Yeah, what's she done? I mean, this obviously Devil Wears Prada was the big sort of coming out for her.
She did that that sort of lesbian love story thing, the teenage British
that was the art, more of an art house kind of.
That the Summer of Our
My
Love.
Summer of Love.
Yeah.
She had done that. I mean, I said that was 2004, which is kind of but that was
that was kind of the like people taking notice. But then as far as Hollywood,
Devil Wears Prada, is 06.
This is still very.
She's done the which is kind of a Sundance hit, Sunshine Cleaning with her and Amy Adams. Which
I never saw that.
That's a good movie.
That's a good pairing.
They're surprise, very charming in it. And then she had done the Young Victoria, because you got to do that big, period piece.
Yes,
and
that's right. She did Young Victoria.
That's what she's coming off of when she goes into this.
Everyone has to do a royal.
Right before she goes into
a royal
her unforgettable performance in the Jack Black version of Gulliver's Travels. The movie that, as you know...
That was the one that we all talk about still to this day.
But as you know, that's the reason she wasn't Black Widow.
Yes. Because
she was contractually obligated to do Gulliver's Travels.
Look, I'm going to say this. I think that ScarJo owned it.
Oh, God, yeah.
But I kind of would have loved an Emily Blunt.
She would have been good, but I'm not gonna trade.
She would have been comics appropriate.
I'm not gonna trade. But as you said, ScarJo owned it. She made the MCU Black Widow her own. So I'm not gonna. I wouldn't want to undo that. Certainly, Blunt would have been good. And now Blunt, of course,
to an alternate universe where we saw.
I want to see that movie and then come back to this one. Yeah. Okay. But now we also know. I don't know what's happened since. Very vehemently anti-Marvel, of course, Emily Blunt these days. So
she can't stand it.
Yeah, I know. It's another one where it's like a little bit like the Weaving. It's like, I get it.
Don't do it because her hubby basically was told, "Thank you, we don't need you as Reed anymore."
I mean, I'm excited for Pedro Pascal, who once again has already probably made 3 of those movies by the time you're hearing this. But I was on board for Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. He would have been great.
Me too.
Yeah.
I thought he did a great job.
He's great in that one scene. Anyway, we do get a little bit of a little Mike Nichols Wolf moment here where he does hear the mob coming for him.
Yes.
He's like, what's
And
that?
then he pees on James Spader's foot.
I did think that was a weird choice. Also,
Yeah.
it's weird that Spader just worked a day for that one scene.
He just worked a day. He's like, you need me? I'm there. Go ahead, pee on me.
Yeah. I love Anthony Hopkins facing down this angry mob with his shotgun.
Oh, dude.
Love it.
Yep.
And he's just like, what do you want? Because it's like, hey, man.
Because the angry mob has now they just are associating these deaths with the Talbots.
Hey, something's going on here.
Yeah.
I don't know what. But
Yeah.
you guys are weird.
And I go, do you have like a cousin named Martin who may work in a mental asylum?
By the way, so thrilled that Martin was included in the Image Comics Dracula.
Because it was just an adaptation of the movie, so you get Martin in there too.
Well, I would call it a reimagining of the movie, but because they weigh Tone Martin down for the right reasons. He's not going,
yes.
They're crazy.
Everyone around you is crazy.
Yeah. Although I will say,
They're
actually,
all eating bugs.
Martin would have fit as one of these angry mob people in this movie because they're all a
definitely.
little Martin-esque in this one.
He should have been in the pub.
Yeah. Yeah. You think this Wolfman's bad? I've been working in an asylum, and it's crazy. That would have been setting up the universe.
Swat at a bat with my broom.
Wait, there's the thing. Restart the Universal Monsters universe. The only connecting character is Martin. Martin's in every movie. I just finished working at the asylum. Now I got hired by this Dr. Frankenstein to sweep up.
I love it. And they basically they call it the Martinverse.
He's
Oh, man.
crazy.
Did you see the latest movie in the Martinverse? Oh yeah, it was great.
Well, now I just saw, I've had enough of England, so I'm going down to South America. I'm going to watch over a lagoon. It's crazy.
I'm gonna watch over a lagoon.
I just like, he's just got odd jobs in the side of these stories.
I think it's the best
That's
story idea you've ever come up with.
Universal, I'm available. That's all I'm saying.
Call
Here's the
Mr.
thing.
Campbell.
Here's my job. I'll just be the keeper of Martin. You guys write whatever scripts, and then you bring me in to just write the Martin scenes.
Yes. Well, you got to go to the Martin expert if you're actually pushing this forward. Oh yeah, we'll talk to Mr. Campbell.
I'll be like what James Gunn was with the Guardians at Marvel. It's like, if you gotta use the Guard, somebody's got to do the Martin pass on this script, and it's me. Oh, you can't. That guy owns Martin.
Yeah. I'm sorry, this is not in character for Martin.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And then of course that'll be the tie-in. He'll be the Peacock show. He'll be the streaming series content.
He would.
Yeah, Martin.
Damn it,
Martin. It's crazy. Anyway, we do get. You've got to have a sexy wound dressing scene in a movie.
You do.
But this is of course where they're going like, but these wounds aren't that bad.
And plus he can use his arm. I thought he would never be able to use his arm again.
Yeah.
The doctor's looking at him. I do appreciate that the doctor isn't like, wow, that's great. Instead, the doctor's looking at him like, yeah, there's something supernatural going on here, and I can't get out of here fast enough.
Yeah.
He does kind of go, I'll check on you again next week. Gotta go.
Pretty weird how that's going. It's like, doctor, why are you already halfway out the door? I got so much to do.
Bye-bye. See you later. Oh, is that my mom calling? Bye-bye.
Hey. Yeah. Great doctoring. But of course, Lawrence Talbot knows something's up because he's like, you should really get out of here, Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
I know something's happening here, but I'm not sure it's going to be
Plus,
safe.
he had a Wolfman nightmare while he was here.
Yeah.
And he's like, you got to get out of here. I don't want you to get hurt. And she's
Yeah.
like, I won't leave you because I think I feel something for you.
And now we got Hugo Weaving in the bar, and they're going like, you're here to hunt down the beast. And it's just like, well, I'm here to catch a killer of some sort. No. What you gonna do? You're gonna kill the beast.
And you got to get silver bullets. He's like, oh, right.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
okay.
I do love Hugo Weaving just being like, okay, yeah, sure. Like with these people. Yeah.
And they're basically like, why are you here when you should be tracking them down? And he goes, because this is a tiny ass town and the most central location would be this pub. So I'm ready to ride anytime anyone gets whatever.
And then we've got scenes of, because the full moon's out, and we've got all the mob guys getting their guns like, we're ready, should this thing go down.
And the thing does go down.
Well, because we have Anthony Hopkins knows is about to go down because he's going to trap his son down in his werewolf cage.
Yes.
Which actually, I gotta say, as werewolf cages go, this one looked pretty nice. You got some room in there,
and it included a shrine to the dead wife, Lawrence's mom.
Yeah,
and he's down there going like, "Wow, okay." And this is obviously where he's like going, "You need to, the beast wants to be free," but and he backs into the shadow, and his eyes glint. And
I love it, man. It's such a good effect, and it's such
awesome.
And so and he starts to wolf out.
He does.
And I do like him doing the loud howl, and they cut to all the characters being like,
"Oh man."
Did you
that
see
was
the
one of the
thing
things
about
I
the howl?
never understood about we were talking about Rise of the Lycans, where I'm like going,
yeah,
there's something very primal.
Yep.
And if you use it well, it doesn't have to be too cliche. This movie has so many howls in it, but every time it happens, I'm like, I'm down for that. This says werewolf to me.
Did you see?
And all those
did you
movies
see
where
who
they
did the
don't do that?
howls?
Yes. Yeah, they blended of different animal howls and David Lee
Simmons
Roth
and David
and
Lee
who
Roth.
else?
Gene Simmons.
Oh, Gene Simmons. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's cheesy and pretty great.
Yep. That's the kind of just random decision that I would also make with lots of studio money. Like, fuck it, bring in Gene Simmons and David Lee Roth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's just see if
I think they just went and listened to other recordings and like going, oh yeah, blend that in.
Yeah.
Could you blend that in?
Sure, man.
I don't think they had him come in and like going, oh, you want me to just into the mic here? Ow!
According to this, it said we're called in to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they just pulled the like
Gene
raw
Simmons,
vocals
David Lee
off or
Roth
something.
were called in to do Wolfman howls.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I didn't get to catch that.
David, I'm going to need a little bit more howl on that one for me. That's just not a,
And could you stop talking about reaching down between your legs?
Yeah.
Could you not include that part? We just need the howl.
I got to listen to another Sammy Hagar rant.
They ain't paying me enough for this shit.
Yeah. So my exact note here for this next scene says, mob traps wolf.
Yeah.
Wolfman lets them have it.
Oh man. They dug like a tiger trap.
Yep.
And he goes down into it.
Oh, they had the upper hand for 0.25 seconds.
What I don't understand is obviously the Wolfman is, it tears him apart, but one of the guys seems to have fallen into an adjacent. I think because one of the guys falls into the pit, but it's not by falling into the north. It's like
I think it was that he was standing at the edge and that gave way.
Okay,
Like
it
was
looked
loose
like
dirt
a
on the side of
pit that was.
I'd have to go back and look
underground.
again, but that's how I took it. Is he got too close to where the edge of it was and
that
slips
poor
in.
fucker
Oh, he
is
gets
just
ripped
It's like
to
say
pieces.
goodbye, just
Dude,
say
you're
goodbye.
done. And then pretty quickly. Well, they do the classic stupid thing of like, hey, is he in there? Let's all crowd around and peek in.
And
Instead of what you should do is just start firing those silver bullets down there.
What you should be doing.
Yeah, just into the darkness. I don't care,
but
man.
he takes them apart.
Oh God, he rips them up, man.
Oh,
and you saw more of it than I did because like a lot of it is just like there's more of the fights or whatever,
Yes.
There's just more, but the thing is, I which is great. I now want to see the director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will say the theatrical cut doesn't exactly skimp.
No,
I was pretty satisfied with the amount of gore.
I was like, dude, that's some brutal werewolf, and that's what I want.
Yeah, man. They know they deliver. They give you what you want.
The days of Lon Chaney Jr. just choking people.
The one I love is the one clock going up through the guy's chin and coming out in his mouth.
Oh my god!
Yeah, just like oof.
Good. Yeah,
it's good stuff.
You felt it, didn't you? You felt that.
Oh, actually, the other one I love is when the guy's running away and he gets stuck in the mud and then he's trying to shoot himself in the head, but he's out of bullets.
Oh, he ends up in literally like a quicksand thing, and he sees the Wolfman coming for him, and he's just like, he puts the gun to his head to blow his brains out because he doesn't want.
He's got no more bullets. Oh, it's so good. And then
it's terrifying.
Off comes his head, man.
Yep, it goes bye-bye. It is so.
And then I remember this from the trailer, and is the classic scene you want of Lawrence Talbot outside with he's in the torn up clothes and covered in mud and blood. And he's just waking up from his. This is where no one can top Lon Chaney Jr. because no one's had the life experience of this moment as much as that man. So as great as Del Toro is here,
Lon
I am
Chaney
going
Jr.
like
had
that man.
also woken up covered in blood and mud several times.
He knew that in his bones. Like that was the thing. Was
who did I kill?
But I do remember this from the trailer, and I still love it here. Just the push in on Hopkins going, "Oh, Lawrence, you've done terrible things."
Oh, yeah.
And just like, God, I love. And also, what a fucking dick. His enjoyment of his own son being a murderous monster is just to be like, that's right. We're both evil werewolves, man, who just kill people. And isn't it good?
Yep.
Yeah. And you're just like, oh, what an asshole.
Yep.
He's not a good father. I will say, hot take.
It's a wonderful day.
Some of that same energy is there. That's such a good movie. Fine. And then, it's time to send him back to the asylum, man.
Yep. And
of course he's talking crazy.
The same doctors that had seen him 18 years before are like, "Hey, welcome back."
The guy who plays the main doctor with the weird glasses. Oh, what a great little part. Oh, he's so good.
Yeah. He is crazily condescending. He's a real asshole.
Oh, sure.
And he's like going, I know you think you're a werewolf.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's lycanthropy.
Yeah.
You're just nuts.
Well,
and I'm going to make you an example.
He made me think of John Oliver on Community with, fascinating and publishable. Very, very publishable. So this guy's just like, this is what's...
Do you think John Oliver will show up for the movie?
I hope so. At least a scene, right? It's just a cameo, I'm sure. I have a feeling that feels like the kind of movie where everybody's going to pop in.
Yes.
I want a Coogler
except
in there.
for Chevy Chase.
Yeah, he won't be coming back.
No.
By the way, Anthony Sher is the guy who plays the doctor in this.
Okay. He does a fine job.
British character actor. Sadly, we lost him in 2021.
Oh, has anyone gone looking for him?
Oh. But he.
That's all. Sorry, that's always the real life joke.
Yeah.
He goes, sorry, we lost your horse. Well, better go start looking for him.
Film and television character actor, but seemed to be quite respected on the British stage. Shakespeare guy.
Well, I respect him for being a dick.
The little glasses, the beard, the slick back hair, and and he has such a satisfying death because it is just like
it's good.
Dude, come on, man. And also
all the people that are no better. It's always a thing. It's like the people who go, "There's no such thing as vampires," and then when they're torn apart by vampires, I just love it.
Which we'll get to. But of course, there's also the other guy you want to see get it is the orderly who's really taking pleasure in because I love the whole thing where they're dunking him back in the ice and they're shocking him.
It's just like Fritz in Frankenstein, where he's like, "I love shoving the torch into his face."
That would probably be the Dwight Fry part in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If there's one thing on this show, it is we demand respect for the great Dwight Fry.
Yes,
the man. He was something. They didn't know what they had.
Dwight Fry.
Universal didn't know how good they had it with that guy.
They did not.
They mistreated him, and boy was he good. Anyway, so yeah. This is where he's having a lot of the insane visions, including one sexy vision of Emily Blunt looking back at him like,
Mm-hmm. And that hadn't happened in real life yet in this world. So I guess he was just really horny.
Yeah. By the way, from the photos from the premiere of this, there she is with her boyfriend, John Krasinski. He no dummy.
Oh, wow. They have been together for a long time.
Yeah. Huh? He no dummy. He locked that down. You got to lock that down.
He put a ring on it.
You're never going to do better than that, Krasinski. Not that he's not also an incredibly handsome man. Yeah,
it all worked out.
That couple might be too attractive, actually.
And I think that their gene pool will help the entire human race.
Their kids are going to be stunning. But
and quite possibly have superpowers.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's highly likely. And so he's in his straitjacket. Hopkins comes to see him, and Hopkins is just like he basically is like, stop being a pussy, man.
Yeah,
be a wolf. Be awesome like me. Or if you're gonna be a coward, here's a straight razor. Go ahead and cut yourself.
Yeah.
Here's a silver straight razor.
He goes, I thought about killing myself when I first had the curse. He goes, but I'm so glad I didn't, because it's awesome being a werewolf that kills people.
I love that he starts with a been there.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, but if you are just too much of a pussy, then here's a razor to finish yourself off.
Oh my God! I mean, once again, hot take, terrible father,
awful father, and again, total change from the original, because
that guy,
Claude Rains, who cared about his son and then hated to kill him by slamming his head over and over again with a silver cane.
A fantastic performance, of course, from a great actor, but just different take.
Yeah, no, I respect the fact that it's not slavish.
No, it's kind of like I said at the beginning, it's really an ideal remake to me. This is what remakes should be doing: is looking at where it can improve, paying homage when it's necessary.
Find your own way.
Yeah, it's echoing the original movie without being devoted to it. And so, this is the scene then when they roll him into the observation room, and this guy is going to be like, all right, everybody, check this out. Full moon tonight.
Full operating theater full of scientists or psychologists or whatever.
And this guy's got, and he's going like, the fascinating thing about lycanthropy. You watch this, because the full moon's going to come up in a second. He's going to think he's a wolf.
He's planned this. He's like going, when Lawrence Talbot, who's restrained, when he sees that the moon did not turn into a werewolf, he's going to have quite a wake-up call.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch that happen.
You're going to tell everybody about what you saw here tonight.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. It's like, this is going to be remembered. This is going to put me on the map.
And Talbot is sitting there going, guys, either kill me, please kill me, or get the fuck out, because I will kill all of you.
This is an amazing scene and an incredible Del Toro performance, because at first he's going, you gotta listen to me, you're all gonna die, I'm gonna kill it, and then finally when he's just the quiet, just like, kill me.
Yep.
Like, it's just like, you've got to. He's reached the end of his rope, and then just the line is like, come on, man, you can't, like.
And the transformations in this movie are pretty good. They're the combination of like CG and actual,
I think they're all fairly successful
practical stuff. And what their take is, it's very like American Werewolf in London, as in a violent, painful thing, but what they've done is sped it up.
Yes.
So what I like is there's this almost seizure quality to it, where he's like, ah, and like his, jaw pops out, or his, and it's you're watching it happen, and the hands and the feet, they're going full on wolf feet, so it's popping his shoes off.
Yeah.
And, damn, it's good stuff.
It's good, and him being strapped
and it is
down.
The thing where the main doctor's back's turned to him, and he's still talking, he's still pontificating, and it's all the other people in the room are like going, "Oh my god, oh my god!"
And they're going like, and he's like, the thing about he's just, and there was just, Jesus Christ, huh?
So good. And he turns around, he sees it. Also in the audience is Hugo Weaving, is Aberline.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, it's real. Oh shit.
Well, I like that. Yes, this is where he doesn't believe it yet. But he's not as blasé as he is kind of watching going like, well, let's see what is going to happen. More than some of the other.
Then he sees a guy turn into a werewolf, and he's properly.
But I'm saying when he walks in, he does have a sort of like let's see what's going to happen. He's not as much like, he's not smug about it like everyone else in the room is. Which
and
I
then,
did kind of like.
It goes to hell pretty quick, because the door is locked, and you have the doctor struggling with the key, and he's knocking on the window for a orderly, like, open this up, and the guy goes, I try, but it's locked.
It's me, Martin. I'm going to take another job somewhere.
You know what? You should probably use your key.
Yeah.
And people are being shredded.
I love all the other doctors slamming up against the door and just bunched around there.
And eventually the door does bust open, and Aberline's with them. It's like that rush where people will probably be trampled. They're running out. And he gets out into I like that they're also paying attention to the period, because his gun's got 2 shots in it, maybe. And so every block, he runs into another cop, and he's like, do you have a gun?
Yeah.
He's like grabbing stray guns as he goes.
Talk about an exciting, when the Wolfman's running across the rooftops and Weaving's on the ground just firing at him. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what you
Yeah,
want.
and
That's what we go to the movies for, man.
there are people on the street looking up and sniffing, going, Oliver Reed? Because they can actually smell the alcohol.
Yeah. I think that is the one thing that Del Toro does not have on those guys is the real life booziness.
Let's
Well,
hope,
I mean,
because,
for his own sake, that's a
for
good
his own
thing.
safety.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
But no, this is just what I want. And
It's
it could be
great.
as effective if it was modern day. I still think you can do that, because the image of a Wolfman running across rooftops, howling at the moon, dude, put it in any time period and shoot it this beautifully.
Well, that's
And
I mean, this movie
again,
is just
you got yourself a stew.
you sure do have yourself a stew. And yeah, and it's great. And when he knocks over the bus
Yep.
and he's ripping people up.
Yep.
Great.
I mean, I love when it's and it's similar to, of course.
Well, we didn't talk about, by the way,
end of American Werewolf in London, where
yes,
werewolves very often, or vampires or whatever, in when they're in a city, that tends to be, subtle. They pull someone into an alley. But
Well,
scenes where it's public,
yeah,
it's similar to a Hulk movie, when it's just
very
in
much
your
so.
face, and people who are just unable to accept a supernatural being is running loose in the city. I love.
Well, I
that
feel like we often
shit.
don't see a lot of werewolf movies that have the budget to really realize
No.
something with this scope. So it is
Yeah.
something about, and unfortunately, I think the financial failures of these makes studios wary to do it now, which is a bummer. But to see all the expense put into, because a lot of times my general thought is always, like a lot of people, horror is generally a genre that works better with lower budgets. However, something like a werewolf movie, where it is real more effects heavy, I am curious to see what the more subtle version they're making now is going to be like.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's plenty of takes you can do.
Oh, yeah.
And
because I think
I'm
the
down
Howling
for-
is a smaller,
yeah,
that kind of thing. So we'll see. But this was so cool to just see full blown werewolf ripping
Yep.
people up.
yep,
And
galloping across the roofs.
God, it's good stuff.
So
And then you gotta love at the end, he's drinking out of the river like an animal.
And then, because that's when he's tired, Wolfman, because he drinks out of the river, and then sort of he's just hiding himself underneath the bridge, and he wakes up again with the tattered, bloody clothing. It's another, oh God, and he goes to find,
What have I done?
Yep. Then he goes to find. Wait, not yet. This is where he's trying to go undercover, right? Because he's being reported in all the newspapers. Is that the deal?
Yeah, and he ends up at Emily Blunt's.
Right. Then he ends up in Emily Blunt's.
Yeah, but he's going through the city trying to avoid being seen. 'Cause, yeah, it
And
is-
one of those people who's like the newspaper artist must have had good source material. That's pretty good portraits in that
I
thing.
know, I do like that. Yeah, that's always a classic. I love
They're looking for Lawrence Talbot. He killed 5 people.
I love artists like anytime you have a sketch artist rendering on Law and Order or something like that, it's a
Yes.
dead on likeness.
Of course.
It's never like a vague. It's always just like, yep, they've nailed it perfectly.
It's also the thing we always bring up about protest signs in movies and TV
Yeah.
shows are always way too professional.
No, you see them in real life; they're so janky and like.
You're like, you guys are too good to be
Yeah.
passing as real people.
Because you guys are a professional art department. This
Yeah.
would just be
Yeah.
a person.
Yeah, yeah. It needs to look like some guy whose Sharpie ran out halfway through.
Right, yeah. He started out big with the letters and they get smaller because he ran out of space.
Yes.
That's what I want to see more of in movies. Yeah. Anyway, so yes. By the way, we didn't talk about the death of the psychologist guy. Doesn't get mauled. He gets tossed out a window and impaled on a wrought iron fence.
Yes. Again, I love werewolf strength, just like vampire strength, because literally he just grabs that dude and tosses
Tucks
him
out the window like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing. And then he falls onto a spiked fence, and that's pretty awesome.
And so yes, Talbot does end up at Emily Blunt's, and
He tells her the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because she's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Clearly not." And she believes him. She's like,
Yep.
"Okay, so werewolves exist. You're a werewolf."
well, the evidence
and,
really does add up at this point,
Yeah, and she's like, "And your dad's the original werewolf, and he killed your brother." Damn. And he's like, really, I shouldn't be bringing this to you. I should get out of here, and you're in danger, and da da da. But she hides him from the cops, who immediately show up. So you got Hugo Weaving going, he's here, and
Yeah.
he's not. He already escaped.
They do. He may be on the run, and he may be like, "Hey, I'm a werewolf."
Yeah.
But they still make out.
Oh, of course they do. Yeah.
It still gets pretty hot and heavy between them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Also, I like that when he leaves the place, he puts a duffel bag over his shoulder and puts his thumb out, and they start playing that theme. Yep. Yeah. He's a man on
There
the run.
was a show
from the
like that,
monster inside.
Wasn't there a show about a werewolf on the run?
It was called Werewolf.
It was just they really worked hard on that.
It was a syndicated one, and the mask was great, except for it was one of those where it's frozen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it never moves.
Yeah.
It's just permanently like
Yeah. Because that is a great idea of just doing the format of the Incredible Hulk.
A
or The
good-hearted
Fugitive.
guy who's not trying to hurt anybody, but he has a curse.
would
It
like
is
that.
the Hulk. It is that kind of thing.
It is a werewolf by night, if you will.
Oh man.
That should be the show. Marvel. Hello?
Ugh.
The phone hasn't rung somehow.
Jack Russell needs another adventure.
Oh, 100%. They're going to do
And
something. That was
I did pre-order Man Thing.
Of course.
I did pre-order
It looks
Hasbro's Man Thing.
It's a great
action
figure. It looks great. So, I do like Emily Blunt going like, I better look up werewolves. And we get a scene that's got to be in all these.
I don't like this scene.
Come on.
It's so unnecessary.
Because she goes.
One thing.
I like that. I like that it's a page turn from lycanthropy to gypsy beliefs or whatever, because that's what leads her to the camp. Then,
Yeah. But they didn't need it because we get the impression that over the course of their sassy night, that he told her everything. So she would already know about Maliva. She would already know about all those connections. You don't need this.
no,
And he also probably told her the thing that she said about only the person who loves him can kill him. So, I certainly don't mind her looking for Maliva for more information. That
why?
makes
Because
sense.
I like the scene with Maliva where she's like,
No, I like
there's
that.
got to be a
like her
way
sitting there looking
to undo this, and she's just
baby's
like,
first
no.
werewolf book. I don't need that.
It's in every movie we watch.
It's in every movie.
Somebody looks up something. At least she's not a doctor who just has like, now on
I
my
would have
shelf just
loved
happens
if
to be.
she passes over an article that talks about a moonflower, and that would have been like the
Yeah.
ultimate deep cut Easter egg.
Well, actually, if we were really trying to
moonflowers.
set up a universe, she would pass over like a sketch of Dracula or something, right?
Yep.
That'd be the thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah. I know.
Oh, those woodcuts, by the way, those are real woodcuts. The one of the guy that was on all fours with the baby in his mouth, that's the werewolf of, I think, Gauvin or whatever the French
Oh,
town
the French
is
city.
where-
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, that's me going like, I've read lots of books about monsters.
Yeah. I just was like, that's cool.
Yeah, that's all right. I recognize these things. I know
Yeah.
where they're getting that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. And they put that in there for people like you.
I myself cut to a montage of me looking through books, collecting information on how to defeat werewolves. And
Yes, but I like the scene where she's like, there's got to be a way to reverse this. Is like, no. And in fact, her line to us, you must be the one to set him free.
yeah, and
Which
she
is great.
does say like, you've got two options, and one is damn him to hell,
Yeah.
which is basically do nothing,
Yeah.
or set him free. And then she makes the point of going, you know what that means, right? It doesn't mean curing him. It means you're going to have to whack him. And she's
And
like, I
it's
get
great.
it.
It's great. Because it goes
And
back
she
to
gives her a blessing, like she does the thumb on the forehead thing, and she's like, "Oh, I hope you're."
It goes back to the thing that is always so compelling about the werewolf story to me, which is it's inherently a tragedy, right? This is There's no good way out of this.
Nope.
Either you're a
And we
werewolf
see
forever.
that the curse is passed at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah. By the way, I wanted the sequel where Hugo Weaving's a werewolf
I know.
detective. Werewolf detective. Now there's a movie, folks.
Werewolf Bar Mitzvah, that's a movie.
Spooky, scary boys
Yeah,
becoming
that's
men.
why they didn't do it.
Men
It would be
becoming
too-
wolves.
Too scared.
Now I owe Tina Fey money.
Now you do.
So Talbot goes back to Talbot Manor.
Yep.
Finds, oh no, our boy Singh has been taken out.
Yeah, that's harsh.
Gutted
That
and
Singh-
like pinned up. Ugh.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, because Dad is really going off.
He's lost it now.
Dad just doesn't care anymore.
I mean,
He took out his best buddy.
he was a borderline psychotic up to this point,
Yes.
right? It was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
just this pushed him over.
And this is basically, screw you, Dad. This becomes the Oedipus story, only without the mother loving.
You know what I've got? I've got to invoke Matt Berry on this with a father.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
that's pretty much what this scene is.
And I think you blew the mic out.
I did,
And I
yeah.
think people aren't even hearing the rest of this podcast.
It's just a quiet.
What happened after he went,
Father!
I don't know.
Maybe the greatest entrance of a character in the history of television.
It's a really
Douglas
good one.
Renholm showing up at that funeral. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
So anyway, we get a lot of sneaking around because it's a horror movie. We get a fake out with the dog jumping out, and then
Yeah, I don't need that shit either.
man, this is no, it's.
There was double dipping in the nightmare sequence. One of them,
yeah.
the double dip jump scare where it's like, oh, I'm hugging Emily, and then I look in the mirror. Oh no, I'm the werewolf. Ah!
By the
and
way,
he's like, oh, and she's like, it's okay, everything's fine. He's like, you're right, let's hug again. And then Wolfman from behind his shoulder.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Joe Johnson, you were smart all the way. That's dumb.
That
Don't
all
do this
feels
no
like
more.
studio going.
Yeah,
We need the scares.
It's like it's been too quiet for too long. You got to have more.
We're very side-eyed about jump scares. If they're done well, of course, but most of the time they're
but I
cheap.
think every movie gets one.
That was the
Don't do
Spielberg
multiple.
attitude, and I agree with that. He goes, "You only get one because then." And Spielberg, I think I still stand by the best, which is the head coming out of the boat in Jaws.
So good.
It comes out of nowhere. It's really effective. That's good
I do
stuff.
like the skeleton in Raiders, which
Yeah.
is also accompanied by. He's not subtle because in the soundtrack is this
Yeah.
buried scream, even though clearly that's a dead person who can't be screaming, but it's just for effect. You're like, oh,
That is the thing I love about Spielberg, though. It's just like, yeah, but it's cool.
yeah, but it's cool.
It's the
and
thing
it
about
works
my
because
favorite
he's
Spielberg story is the Jurassic Park thing about, and then the T-Rex should come in and grab the raptor, and they're like, "Where'd the T-Rex come from?" He goes, "Top of frame." And they were like, "Oh, you thought I meant how did it get in the movie?" He doesn't care because
doesn't care.
Wouldn't they've heard it coming or wouldn't have had it? Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? And if it's done well, you don't.
And that's it
question.
exactly because you know what? Until I saw that thing, I'm like, Jesus, I never thought about that. It's just
you
awesome
go.
that T-Rex comes in and saves
It was
them.
just awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome overrides. Okay.
That's
All right.
you're
Moving
bringing up
back
Neil
to
Moritz.
this because we're almost to the end, and
We
I am
are.
getting hungry. Aha! I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, come on, everybody, take a drink.
Take a drink.
Very Hannibal Lecter, actually, when he's just quietly playing the piano and there's the dead cop next to him.
Also, again, Joe, great first thing is before you see him, when Lawrence comes in to the place, you see the keyboard and it has like fingerprint bloodstains on it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, nice shot.
Yeah.
And then it's being played. And yeah, he's just sitting there playing the piano like, hello, my boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the thing about Prodigal Son again because that's what I do.
So fucking casual. He's just
Yep.
so like, yes, evil.
Yeah.
I love it.
We are Wolf Guys. The original name of this movie was Wolf Guys.
Wolf Guys, this fall on NBC.
They just thought it gave it away too much.
2 werewolves in the city. Yeah. And so, but he goes to blow his dad away, but the gun misfires, or doesn't misfire actually. It's because he goes, "Oh, I took the gunpowder out of those shells years ago."
Yeah, he's using the shells that Singh had shown him earlier, and what he didn't know, and probably Singh didn't know, is that Dad Talbot had taken the powder out. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was ready for that. I had to, he's always just.
I knew my day of wanton bloodletting would come.
Yeah. And it feels so good. You've never seen a guy be more happy to be.
Also, I thought it was an interesting choice for the
guy's lovely.
soundtrack that Danny Elfman decided for the scene they would actually use Chuck Mangione's "Feel So Good."
Hey man, you got to get a flugelhorn in there somewhere, man.
The fact that you knew it was a flugelhorn,
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
Oh yeah, Do you remember the whole one of my favorite things for no reason in
The
King of the
running
Hill?
gag of Chuck Mangione
King
and
of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Loved it.
For no
Always
reason.
one of my favorite
For
things.
there's no call for it, but it's in
Just because it's funny.
it's in every
Just like
it's, 'cause it's
was
a
it Archer later on with Kenny Loggins?
Yeah. But Chuck
Love it.
Mangione, not only does he play the flugelhorn, but Mangione is a funny name.
Yeah, it is. And he would wear his little hat. That's also
Yeah.
a good visual.
Yeah.
That makes the man a cartoon.
Feels so good about these savings.
That's right.
Because he's the mascot at the store, right?
That's right.
Yeah. It's so
Holy
good. And there's an
shit.
episode he did voice in, which I was very...
He did. Okay.
I was glad he was-
R.I.P. By the way, he's
I
no
know,
longer-
yeah.
All
So anyway, it's on, though, now. Because...
This is what you signed up for.
oh, God, and it does deliver,
Didn't
man.
you say that the first time you saw it, that you just waited outside and then
Let me know when the
someone signaled
werewolves
you and
start
it's like-
fighting.
and then like, come on in, don't miss it.
I was playing some very out-of-date movie tie-in arcade game that's still in the
No
lobby.
doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Terminator Salvation, the game. Whatever,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
That was... We were at a theater recently, and there was a Terminator Salvation.
Isn't that over at
I think it's over at
Bridgeport?
the Eastport.
Eastport? I always say
For those
Bridgeport.
port, yeah.
Eastport.
Yeah, over the Eastport, they have the Terminator Salvation. Like, oh, God.
And they're youngsters going, I don't know what it means, just play it.
Yeah.
Uh,
There have been 3 other failed attempts to restart this franchise since.
so
let it go.
basically,
yeah, and
Dad's
so-
werewolf is shorter, squatter, and gray.
There is no way in hell Hopkins was in this makeup, right?
Oh, at least
Maybe
no,
in-
he was
maybe
in
in
the
some-
face. Every
Maybe in some
close-up.
close-ups, but the fight, no.
No, of course not.
No. And I just, but you know what? You know what though? But I bet it is Del Toro because he's like, every second I get to be the Wolfman.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, that
Plus,
dude.
the physicality all seems to be of a piece.
Well,
I mean, if
'cause
it
he's
was
a-
someone
he's a-
doubling, he was paying
He's a
real
younger,
close
fitter
attention.
dude too. I mean, that helps, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think,
And they are leaping at each other.
it's-
They're slashing at each other. They're
it's what-
biting at each other.
it's what I remembered the Wolfman being like at the end of Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, before being reminded, thanks to this show, that it's pretty lame. But in my
And-
memory, that was a fight for the ages.
And in this thing, we get young Buck Wolfman
Yeah.
picking Dad up and tossing him into the giant fireplace.
What a finisher, man.
What a finisher! And still, Dad comes out all cooked.
Well, then you got
And-
now you got a werewolf on fire, which is awesome.
You got a werewolf on fire, but you know what he needs? He needs to get his head smacked off.
And then roll to a stop before turning back into Anthony Hopkins' head.
Some good stuff.
That is what. Once again,
By the way, Emily Blunt and
Hugo Weaving.
our Aberline have been riding their horses frantically
yeah.
to the Talbot.
Well, you
home.
gotta love that Hugo Weaving gets in here, tries to shoot Talbot. Emily Blunt stops him. Now,
Yep.
here's a question: would that have killed him? Because it's not the one who loves him.
I don't know.
But she
I mean,
stops him.
Silver is still needed for the kill, but it's Silver delivered by gal who loves him. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, because it's vague. And it's purposely left vague.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes a shot. And so he's like, "Oh, screw that!" And he goes over. I love Hugo Weaving grabbing a spear off the wall and throwing it at this guy.
Yeah.
He's at this point, he's full on monster hunter. This thing's got to die. I don't care if you love the man version of him.
And when the Wolfman breaks from the house, Hugo Weaving is the guy who picks up the cane. That's interesting. He chases after with that cane.
Which I think in the theater, I thought, we're gonna get back to that. He's gonna beat him
Right.
with that cane. I was waiting for.
We didn't get that.
No, I think that's fine.
And
I'm
Emily
not
Blunt has
massively
picked up
disappointed.
the gun with the silver bullets.
She sure has. Because that's going to lead to the classic thing of we're going to chase him out into the woods. She ends up at a cliff with
And
the gun.
he's going to kill her because he's a Wolfman. But
Is he,
she's
though?
doing it's me.
and it
well,
seems to stop him for a bit.
I think it buys her some seconds. I think that he would have broken out of that in another. But for a few seconds, there's that recognition, and he does hesitate.
Mm-hmm.
And
And she shoots him.
And she shoots him. He falls on her. Oh, wait. First, how does he bites Aberline?
Oh yeah, they're when she knocks
There's
the
a
gun away
tussle.
from him. There's a tussle, and he does
Yeah.
bite Hugo Weaving because I would have loved if they made a sequel to this with Hugo Weaving. It's like, well, it didn't make money with a bigger star, so let's go with this prestigious actor now doing it. See if that works.
I will say if they were thinking along the lines of a dark universe way back here,
I think
they
they were open to it. Obviously, they're not building it as much as going forward, but
because the curse, it didn't have to be Hugo Weaving, but it still could be the same curse.
Well, I do wonder if you had done that, if you would have done what they did and tried to get Del Toro back with like, oh, I can't die thing.
Yeah,
because that is one of the things I do really like. Those Monster Rally movies, of course, have their disappointments, but I do think the Wolfman thread in them is the strongest of this guy.
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah, because he's really the only
die.
person redoing that character. As in, we get different Frankenstein monsters, and we get
and the Frankenstein monster
Dracula.
has no arc in those. He's always just kind of a prop. Dracula is
woken up and then he stomps around.
Shockingly, Dracula is knocked to the side of those always.
I don't want to hear you say
I don't
that,
even.
It still hurts.
Well, as we've talked about, still shockingly the best Monster Rally movie. For Abbott and Costello, it's so weird. It makes no sense. But it's the only one that's like, there's your template. Dracula's your villain. Wolfman's your de facto hero. And the Frankenstein monster is the thing they're battling for control of, basically. Yeah, interesting idea. Man.
Just try again and do it right.
Yeah, I do wonder if we'll ever get another proper Monster Rally movie.
We will, but it seems to be they don't have faith in it because none of them have done well.
Yeah, because they're always trying these ones like this and going like, and then they don't work. They go, forget it.
Dracula Untold. Hey, maybe we should have left it untold. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Oh, hey, that's going to be an interesting episode because we have a guest coming on who loves that movie. Yeah, so,
I wanted to like it. I really did.
I mean, every one of these I want to like. Always. Yep. We always want these guys to be well represented. Anyway, he turns back with his dying breath. He thanks her for freeing him.
Yes. She's like, oh, God, I wish I could have. And he's like, no. Thank you. What you did is, he goes, this is the only way it could have worked out.
That's great, man. That really works. That's nice.
Yeah. Lets her go from the guilt. But I do feel bad for this lady. Literally. Both of her loves are dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
The whole family.
Going to deal
By
with
the way, the whole Talbot line is done, right?
I know. That's it.
That's it for the family. And Ben, the brother, he really got it the worst because he never even was a werewolf.
He was
just a guy. Yeah.
Just a dude.
And seemed like a decent guy from what everyone said. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seemed like a nice guy. Ben Talbot seemed like a nice guy. I don't know.
I mean, if she loved him, he has to have been a nice guy.
It's true, actually. If Emily Blunt approves of someone, that's a good dude.
That's the stamp.
That's approval. A good dude right there. But yes, the last shot we get in the movie is full moon is in the sky, and there's a very scared Hugo Weaving looking up at it.
Yeah, he's grabbing his wound, and he's still holding the cane, and he's just looking up at the sky, and it is just like a, what's this?
Yeah.
And he's probably gonna heal very well, and then he's probably going to turn into a werewolf.
They should have ended on a, oh shit.
Yeah, he's gonna be an English werewolf in London.
Which isn't actually that weird. Why did we call it that? That's not anything unique. He will actually be
a Mississippi werewolf in Jackson.
He, of course, will be.
What?
Why is that the title? That's nothing. He, of course, actually will be an Australian man playing an English werewolf because, of course, Hugo Weaving, from Australia.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I was going off the character, not the actor.
Well, but I'm just saying, I think Hugo Weaving is a guy who often gets cast as a Brit because he can
do it.
He reads him and Sam Neill both. I think people are kind of surprised there. Although Sam Neill from New Zealand, which is a very different place.
Yeah, and they'll be mad at you if you try to do any kind of
people
don't
trying
get
to
mixed up.
Yeah, don't do that. But Americans were like, whatever, they're based in the same country. Anyway, that's the Wolfman or the Wolfman.
The Wolfman.
The Wolfman. Man, 2010's kicking off well.
You know who puts on a nice spread?
The Wolfman.
The Wolfmans.
Yeah.
The brisket.
Yeah.
to die.
It's nice.
To
It's
die.
nice. We're doing
Not
Passover.
too tough.
We're
It's
doing
always
Passover with the Wolfmans this year.
We're doing Passover with the Wolfmans. You know what I'm bringing?
Yeah.
My ambrosia salad. Anyway,
Good movie.
So
Good movie.
yes, kicking off, and
Unfairly
I was looking
maligned.
forward to it because I like it.
It's just
and
good.
I
Like
enjoyed
said,
watching
yeah,
it
sure. I
again.
mean, it's not like amazing, but this
Nope.
is solid monster filmmaking, man. I don't know how you could be a monster fan and be like really disappointed with it.
You know
but
what I think we
people
should
were.
do is I think we should, because really we've been eating too well.
Yeah.
I think we should watch something really shitty next. What's coming up?
Well, I don't know if it's really shitty,
Uh-oh.
but I think
What
it's
is-
time to check in with our young lovers in
No.
Forks, Washington.
No.
Yes, folks. We had a haunted werewolf. I think it's time for a sexy werewolf. That's right.
There's
'cause-
only 7 more of these, right? Only 7 more.
it's neck and neck between it and the Howling franchise. No, of course it's not as many, but they're all really contained here. Yes, it's time to get the 3rd chapter of the Twilight Saga: back to colons,
Oh.
Eclipse.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the dramatic 3rd entry in the.
Yeah, I think this is when the love triangle really kicks in.
Well, I mean, I think you're right, because remember that was how the second one ended, with much more
Yeah.
of a setup of that. We will have a
Yeah.
guest with us for the first time. We've had your sibling on the show. We're gonna have my sibling on the show. We had both Joneses. Now we're gonna have both Campbells. Kenzie Campbell, my sister, who grew up very into this. Middle school, Kenzie loved the Twilight Saga.
Well,
and I
Kenzie's
was-
a delight. It'll
Yeah.
be nice to have her on the
She's
pod.
going to be talking about what she considers the best of them. She certainly doesn't have the love she wanted, but she still says this one is the strongest of the crop.
However, here's the thing. I know she's your sister.
Yeah.
And I know that I am a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
But I will still bring the full heat if I do not like this movie.
You should,
and
yeah.
I hope she will be okay.
I will
with
say
that.
the biggest thing I have going for this one is it is directed by David Slade, who directed 30 Days a Night. Now, of course, it won't be a 30 Days a Night, but I think this is the best director of the group.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
like
watch
30
it
Days
with
a
the
Night.
I'm gonna watch it with the eye of like, can I see that this is a better director than we've
I'm
had?
going to watch it with the eye of the tiger.
Well, it will have the skin of the killer. We know that. The skin of a killer, unfortunately, will definitely be.
You know, the whole thing is that entire franchise
Yeah.
could have just been smoothed over if they had taken him to a dermatologist.
Oh,
Because-
here's a cream. It'll get rid of the skin of the killer.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. So now I
Yeah.
can hang out with my 18-year-old girlfriend, and I'm 109.
How old he is actually does seem to ebb and flow. I think we've talked about that. It's hard to pin down exactly how old he is.
It doesn't matter. It's all jibber jabber, and it's still.
I know we're gonna get
even
some
if
flashbacks
even if
in
he
one
was
of them.
60.
No. I'm just saying that, but I'm saying like that's another thing where I just don't think Stephanie Meyer had a solid world that she had built there.
No.
I think
And
she
she
was-
didn't think about implications at all. She just thought vampires are
no.
hot.
God, no. Anyway, so back to Twilight. And we had this little brief sojourn to turn of the century London, and then we're back
Yeah.
to very
I can't
much.
wait to
yeah.
get back to the Pacific Northwest. I hear it's nice out there.
I hear it's very blue.
I hear it. Get ready for a filter, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
hell
If you
yeah!
like filters,
those
you're gonna
movies,
get 'em.
those movies love a filter.
And
Anyway,
so does Underworld.
yeah.
We've been
Oh
doing a
yeah,
lot
that's
of
right. Our two big franchises running right now are filter heavy, no question.
filter heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's next week.
That's next
and,
week.
In the next 40 minutes, I'll be eating food. So that's the important part.
But that's gonna do it for this week's episode. of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters. I'm John Campbell,
I'm Brendan Jones.
and remember there are such things as monsters.
Ahoo, werewolves in London.